Gentlemen, have a great match. You may lag for break.
Well, folks, we're going to have Caroline Powell, Darren Appleton, and Chris Milling in the booth.
Hello, everyone. So what do you think about this match, Chris?
Well, it's if going wrong, then
Right.
he maybe let things get to him. But all in all, I don't think it'll bother him. And what a break that is!
Yes, his break is something.
You simply can't hit the break any better than that. But this table is quite tight compared to a normal 9-ball table.
And it seems to be playing a little bit harder as the days go by. The pockets are tightening up a little bit more.
Yeah, the longer the tournament goes on, the more the table gets worn, the cloth gets worn, and the table will certainly tighten up. But Mike's got a good opportunity here. He's just got to make sure he makes a 1 ball. It's automatic position for the 2. It's a good shot, just a nice little stop shot now to get to the 3. And this is what Mike needs to do.
Yep.
Darren's been a little bit quiet.
Yeah, I'm just making a post.
Always busy. Multitasking.
Have you changed your name, Caroline?
Did not. It's there. I think he just misspelled it.
Trying to say?
Yeah, a little straight here, but
Yeah, he's going to have to force this. This table is very quick,
right.
so it shouldn't cause a problem, but
The pockets are pretty tight, but Mike is such a straight shooter. Yeah, it's great. Great shot.
perfect. Good start this from Mike.
It is. He seems very confident and comfortable. He doesn't seem phased at all.
Yeah, it's good to see him back playing, to be honest. Obviously, he played in the Moscone Cup a few times. Just let the pressure get to him a little bit.
Yeah, it's tough playing that in that arena surrounded, you know, with fans cheering for or against you. It's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, it's hard to explain to a lot of people, obviously, that have never been in that situation, that the pressure out there when you're playing for your continent and your team players, it's something that you don't experience too often, so there's a lot of pressure on you.
For sure. You know, when you're usually playing for yourself, it's different than trying not to let your fans and your teammates down. It's absolutely very different.
Yeah, and for those people who did see Mike in the Moscone, obviously he struggled a little bit, but believe you me, he's a brilliant player.
As seen in this first rack. Yeah.
Like we said earlier, he's got one of the best 10-ball breaks in the world, which is half the battle.
Yes.
Jesus. It's a tough. It's not as easy as what people think. Being a professional full-time player and you're willing to travel. So anybody what does that, you've got to give a lot of respect to.
Oh yes.
Especially
absolutely.
with the money in the game. It's not like you're guaranteed to win money. A lot of them trips can cost you $3,000 a time.
Yeah, and for me, this is the key to the match. You saw Ralf break there, and he didn't make a ball. He controlled the cue ball okay, but it wasn't as good as what Mike broke.
Yes, for sure.
But I do think if it comes to the safety battle and the kicking side of the game, I think Ralph's got the edge.
I don't think there's much in it. I think Mike's a bit underrated. Probably I said, no, I didn't he's a class player. He shoots a lot better than what people think. He's a better shooter than what people think.
Yes.
He's got a great break. He runs out great, and he's a part-time player now. So he looks like he's more relaxed when he's playing than what he used to do. Less agitated because he has a full-time job.
Yes.
So fair play to him.
Yeah, he's certainly a great player. There's no doubt about that. I think he won the Expo last year.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't played many tournaments, but when he has, he's
Yes.
been. He won the Gotham as well in
Yeah.
October last year.
Twice, I think.
And that's not easy to
2
win.
years, yeah.
Gotham.
Whenever he does decide to play in an event, he does relatively well in it.
No, I stand by it. If he's played all the time, I think he's a top 4 player in America. I've always said that. Without a doubt. I would be jumping into a money match with him without being 100%. Only probably Shane, Justin Bergman and Skylar and Mike, I'd say if you play them in a tournament, they're the 4 best Americans in my opinion right now. And he looks like he's improved a little bit mentally as well. But what I've seen him this week, seems a lot more chilled, a lot more accepting of the bad rolls, let's say.
Well, the thing that I've noticed, and without sounding disrespectful, having known him quite a few years, he seemed to act a little bit immature when things were going wrong.
It was unbelievable. I think he knows that.
Said a lot of things that he probably shouldn't have said. But he looks as though he's grown up, to be honest. And it's great to see.
At the end of the day, everybody makes mistakes in life.
Oh, of course they do.
Sometimes we've all got a bad attitude towards a game or something's happened and we say things we don't mean and then blah, blah. Mike was probably a bit more frequent than most, but obviously he's who he is, but obviously he seems like he's mellowed down a bit. Hopefully he's learnt his mistakes, and people forgive you if you do the right things, you know what I mean? People are very forgiving, long as you act in the right way the next time.
Right.
A little bit short there on the 6 ball.
That's right.
Needs a good shot here. I'm just wondering if he can pot the 6 and just miss the 9 ball. It should be okay if he can do that.
Great shot.
Oh, he's lost the cue ball. He needs a kiss on the 7.
He might get a
He needs
nice
a good
little
kiss.
Oh.
Oh, what a roll. What a roll that is.
It's a good roll, but
Yes.
I've got to say it was a great shot. It's a
It
lot
was
tougher
a great
shot.
shot, yeah.
I played on the table earlier, and I tell you, if you're not on your game, it's brutal. This table. I mean, it really is brutal. He's missed that though.
Oh yes, he did.
Got lucky though.
And that would have gone in on any other 9 ball
Yes.
table in this club.
Everyone else, he very rarely plays wrong shot, but he isn't what I would call a great kicker.
It could go around the back of this 7. Oh, what a shot.
Commentators,
well, you know,
he must have
he
heard
wanted
me.
to show you
He
that
must
you
have
were
heard me,
mistaken. Yes.
so I take it all back. And yeah, he's a great kicker.
Of course, that would happen.
Yeah, that was a great shot.
And I'll tell you what,
Great.
this 8 ball is no gimme.
Oh yeah, not on this table.
This 8 ball, believe it or not, is actually an easier shot on a snooker table than it is on these pockets.
Wow.
To the side, simply because the side pockets are square.
Yeah, but these side pockets are tough.
Oh,
skid.
It's skidded.
What
Wow.
a skid.
Yes.
He's got slightly fortunate though.
Well,
That was
you
a
can't
skid.
say he's fortunate.
No,
can you?
he's not. He's not fortunate as in.
On the
obviously
outside
left the
table,
end.
this will be game over. But on this table, he's got a tough shot. But I mean, he's been brutally unlucky there.
He's had a massive skid
And
there.
I can't believe he had the cue ball cleaned or the 8 ball.
What chalk is he using? I wonder. Is it the Town? Is it Kamui?
I missed cue twice, so mine went back in the case. Went with the old trusted.
What a shot. What a
Telling
great
you, this
shot.
guy shoots better than what people think.
My goodness.
I watched him play on this table in the first or second round. He really impressed me.
Yeah, that was a great shot there.
He does shoot very straight, Mike.
Yeah. Except for Mosconi.
That's a different.
I'm only joking.
That's a different
I'm only
beast
joking.
of a different.
Because I think there was patchy. Some of them wanted to be in the team, and some didn't really
Yes.
look like there was a team.
It wasn't in sync
There was
together.
always 2 or 3 individuals, or
Oh, what a
I
break.
don't know. There wasn't prepared to put the work in and all that stuff.
Yes. But they worked hard this time. I mean, they spent
Unbelievable.
months training
Oh,
together.
I mean, Matchroom did everything possible for them to win, really. They gave them everything they wanted. They provided everything. They but you still got to do the work.
Yes.
And Johan's got to be credited for that.
Oh yeah, for sure. 100%.
And the players obviously they have to buy into it, and obviously Johan put the work in, and the players bought into it, and it paid off, which is great for the Mosconi Cup, and great for the tournament going forward, and great for the American pool, and great for the players.
Good shot there by Mike,
Yes.
and if anybody's watching, take note how he made the one ball come away from the rail, because if that one had landed on the rail, you would have fancied Ralf to get close to potting it.
And he purposely did that as well. That's what people, when you're watching, the further you get the object ball off the rail, the harder it is to kick up or make it. Where if the closer it is to the rail, it becomes a big ball to it. And it's very important that you take note.
And he can only hit half the cue ball here because of the 7 ball. So he's probably going to impart a little bit of right and spin, even though he doesn't want to. Is he going to make this one, Daz?
Well, he looks
Whatever
like
you say, I'm betting against it.
No.
Wow, missed that by a long way. And that was the right hand spin that he put on it.
Yes.
Yeah,
Straight in the cue ball.
I mean, Art Knocking is a legend and he's Hall of Famer. But everyone's got a little bit of a weakness.
Yes.
Don't matter who you are. It's like Chris's cue ball's not as clinical as, let's say, myself or a Dennis or something. But he shoots great. So, but you know what I mean? Everyone's got a slight weakness. It don't matter who you are. And I aren't saying he's a bad kicker of the ball. He's obviously good, but I won't put him as a great kicker of the ball. Because for me, a Dennis, I mean,
The Filipinos.
Alex, Dennis, you know what I mean? The great kickers, they would always hit that ball no matter what. They very rarely miss a kick. They might miss 1 in 100, where they miss the ball completely.
Clever little shot there, just making sure the cue ball came away for automatic position on the 3. Needs to play a nice little shot here to get onto the 6 ball. Very easy to under it, this shot.
Nice smooth stroke. Great.
Perfect. And he's looking good. He's looking really good.
Yep.
He's looking very relaxed. Just doing his thing. It's a nice forward shot.
Yeah, good shot. Nice stroke.
Yeah, it is a nice stroke on this
You've
table.
got to commit to this table. What I said to Joshua, I said, don't play scared. Attack the table. If you play tentative, you're done. You're toast, like me.
Yeah.
Even Catcher was tentative.
Right.
If I'd played half decent, I would have beaten. You've got to attack the table. You've got to play aggressive and not be scared of the table, really. And if you're slightly off your game, this is a table what's going to expose. This table's going to tell you where you're at with your game.
Right.
And it told me today that I need a lot of work. I've still a lot of work to do. No, it's true. On the outside tables, you can hide it and you can get away with it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Bad strokes and all that stuff. But on here, you've got to be on it. You've got to be on your game.
Yeah, totally agree with that, Daz.
It's a true test. If you play well on this table, the table's great. It's just the pockets are not that tight. But if you're off your game, then they look like mouse holes. Thank you. Cheers.
And when I picked it up and put it back in the rack, you should have seen the difference. It was like
No.
There you see Ralph's cue ball going all over the place, but has he made one?
Yep, I think he's made a ball.
Yeah, it's perfect as well.
Yes.
It's utmost importance now that Ralf runs out from here. Because the way Mike breaks, you just can't see him not having a shot after the break.
Exactly. So we have Jason Shaw sitting in for Darren while Darren goes and eats.
What's up? How you doing?
Hi.
You good?
Yeah, and you?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Good.
Just chilling, watching some of the matches.
Looking forward to putting some hard practice in for the derby.
Yeah, mate, I can't wait. I've been sort of being here is like, it's tough in here, sort of just hanging about, you know what I mean?
Ralph's
Can't
overrun
really-
that by a long way.
Don't really do much, so sort of long days.
It is.
It's like a grind in this pool room.
Needs to be careful here, Jason. He's overrun this by some way, and he did a big angle really on the 2.
I think he can just pot this ball real fast, pot the 4, and the 2 ball's just going to come out and shoot it in the opposite corner.
Yeah, possibly. He's got to be careful though.
No, he tried to double kiss it. He got
And that's
lucky.
why you need to be careful. He's been very
Yeah,
lucky there.
fortunate. Yeah.
He's never played that.
No, he's try. I like playing the 2 into the rail, making the 4. I don't think he played it like that, although I tried to hit it thicker.
Well, I think he's tried to double kiss it and just leave the 2 there. But we'll never know. We'll ask him after the match.
Yeah, he's just going to slow roll this in 1 rail.
Yeah, he likes to slow roll the ball, does Ralph.
Oh, he's went 2 rails. He's feeling confident.
Yes.
He'll be thinking though, because of the skid he had.
On the 8 ball.
He'll be thinking all the time here.
Yeah, he slow rolled that and skidded through the ball.
Yeah, he's just going to pot this ball and go 2 rails out past the 9.
I think I'd just drop this in, Jason, and leave
Nah.
an angle on the 5 to come over for the 6.
He's going to go around the 9 here.
He might do. Yep.
Natural angle. And now he's got a good shot here. He can just put the cue ball right in the middle of the table after the 5 and spin the cue ball back to where it is now for the 8.
Got to be careful though when spinning
Yeah.
that cue ball, because like we said earlier, these pockets aren't as forgiving as the other tables.
Yeah, you might see him draw this ball here.
Yeah, I think I like to draw this. The only thing you've got to be careful of, you don't get too much action on the cue ball because you can scratch in the right side pocket.
Yeah, I like going 3 rails because there's a big target there. Even if he lands somewhere where he is now, about 3 or 4 inches over to the left, he's still got a good shot at the 8 ball.
Yeah, I don't mind that shot.
Saying that, he's sort of stretching. Yeah, he's spinning this. There's no way he's drawing this
Yeah.
ball.
Got to be
he's
careful.
spinning
Catches
it
that near
forward.
jaw, this might bobble.
No, he hit it good.
Nice
He hit
shot.
that really good.
Is it that perfect?
Wow.
Yeah, that was the shot.
And if
You
there
know-
is a strong point about Ralph's game, it's his cue ball control.
Yeah, his
Cue
cue
ball
ball control is
control's
very good.
unbelievable.
Very good.
So it's looking like 3-1 to Mike Dechaine. We'll get another look at Mike's break. Both breaks previously, he's parked the cue ball dead in the centre of the table. Great weapon to have in the game of 10 ball.
Yep, he's breaking good. He's got a new carbon fibre shaft that he's using from Mucci.
Also,
I did people on chat.
yeah,
That always come up with the 2nd or 3rd version.
Yeah.
So.
let's have a look at this break now.
Yep.
No,
Not
he hit
still-
he hit it too soft.
Yeah, pulled
Mhm,
out
he
right.
laid off a
Pulled
little
out of it a little
Yeah, he
bit.
pulled out that break.
Yeah.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to have to leave you
Okay.
because I've just got me steak and fries.
That's a shock. You eating steak and fries?
Only the
Shocker.
best, pal. Need some energy.
For your next match. Thank you. Well, this is something that Ralph needed to get back into the game.
Yeah, it's tricky though to get on the 2, Caroline. I think he might.
Can he bump into it?
I don't
No?
know. He's looking at trying to pour it and go back across.
Okay.
Try and maybe shoot the 2 down here past
Right.
the 3.
Stay on top of the 2.
I don't know. This is tricky.
It is. I think if anyone can figure it out.
Ralph. No, I think he might just try and play this and go past the 5 and the 4. No, he
Okay,
went.
he
He
stayed
went
on
like
top.
he said.
Yeah.
Stayed on top. I didn't think he could do that. Nice shot.
Great shot.
Yeah, Mike didn't break the balls too good there. That's usually his strong point.
Right. The first 2 racks,
Yeah,
phenomenal.
Yep, he broke good.
He held back a little bit on this one.
It's the scores in the other matches.
It's 2-1, Kachi
Yep.
versus James Aranas.
Ooh.
This table is, the pockets are pretty brutal.
Yeah, this is the way it should be. You know, it really tests how good
Yes.
the players are playing. I feel like when the pockets are just too big, it just becomes becomes silly when it's at this level.
Yeah.
You know, we run out too good. Everybody
Yes.
runs out because the pockets are too big. Even when you miss, it goes in.
It goes in, yeah.
It's not fun. Might be fun
For
for
sure.
the people watching, you know, because it's good pool to watch
Right.
or whatever like that. We understand that, but at the end of the day, you know, we know
It's
what we
still-
need.
Yes.
You know, they might not think that, but the pros know how we need the tables, and
Of
it's,
course.
you know,
Especially,
To-
you guys are in competition and you're fighting for the title.
Yeah,
and
of course.
Everything, yeah.
yeah.
You don't want it to be easy.
No, and then it just you know, we know that everybody's great players and stuff like that,
Yes.
but when balls are going in that shouldn't go in, we've seen here balls, when you miss, you miss, you know?
They hang up, yep.
Yeah. So,
It's true.
you know, but it's both for same players, so it is what it is.
It is.
You got to try and take your chances and get lucky. So, Ralph's going to nick another one here, I think.
Yeah.
He's looking pretty steady. He missed a couple at the start.
He did. That was like a couple safeties.
Yeah.
Kicks, rather.
Did he miss? It was more kicks. I seen.
Yeah.
Well, he missed the 8 in the side.
Well, that's skidded.
Did that skid?
Yes.
Oh, is that the one you were talking about? Oh, that just came over.
Yes, that one was the one that
Because when he missed that, I was over there. I said, "Damn, he missed that
Yeah,
by a lot."
no, yeah, it
See,
skidded.
this here is a hanger on the other outside
Other-
table because you can just clip the side
Top.
rail and it'll still go in here. If you hit this near jaw,
It's gonna hang. Hit
see
that
how he
perfect.
overcut that ball?
Yes.
He thought overcut it, you know, because if it just nicks there, it ain't going.
Yes. But Ralph does look. He looks very comfortable.
Yeah, he always looks comfortable. You never know when he's losing.
He does. He has that stoic look. You never know. All right.
Yeah. I never knew until maybe like 2 years ago, and I went
Okay.
down and I was like, they have a jacuzzi and everything. Nice.
Yeah. So now you can.
Oh wow,
Wow.
hit them good.
That was actually
Yeah, that
very
was a really
nice.
good break.
Nice break.
Yes. He's cueing the ball good.
2-3. Plug us in. Plug us in, chef.
Oh.
Can't read. Belly's fat. Yeah, 2-3 is a shot then, isn't it?
I think he's all right. He can just pot this and then play the 2 and come inside the 5 and then cut the 3 and come 2 reels for the 5 after that.
Possibly.
Not possibly. That's the shot.
You're saying he could possibly play that shot, yeah?
No, that's the shot.
You never know, do you?
You just put. It's natural. Natural. It's all natural.
Well,
angles.
he's looking there now, I'm just saying.
Yeah, but
everyone
that-
thinks different.
That's never the shot.
It's the window's too small.
There's
on
all
the
right,
other
we're
side.
there.
Look, pot the 1, pot the 2, come down to where the side pocket is, out about a foot, no, about half a foot from it, right here.
Yeah.
I understand that.
Cut that in and go
But
2
he's not
reels.
comfortable playing that cut shot because he's on the tight pocket.
Well, he's been doing some
You
of the
play that shot.
some of the shots he's played here, right, Caroline? The last
Yeah,
couple,
but-
he played some good shots that last rack.
Yeah, but the way you pocket everything, it's
Yeah, but
kinda sick.
he's playing good. He's playing good. He's not. It's not like he's playing
Yeah.
back. You know what I mean? He's back. I can tell.
he's back.
Well, yeah, it's the first time he's been in the final 8 of a World Pool Series event
Yep.
at the 8th or 10th. So
You know what? He's been.
He's
play.
a grinder.
Yeah, I've spoken to him about that, and he's mentioned that he's quite disappointed not making in the final 16. So he's been. I think he's
I mean,
determined.
It's not easy because all the fields are great. Even
Yes.
though we're small fields, there's loads of players.
Great players.
It's like a mini world championship, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
It's very rare you're getting from the last 32 onwards. There's no buys. Is there?
Yes.
Everything's got to be won.
For sure, yeah.
From the last 16 onwards, it gets really, really tough.
You see, he's going
going forward.
he's going inside here, and he's gonna. I just had a little glance there. It looked like he was gonna.
Oh,
Oh, he's went for it. Has he got it?
It's about
wow.
time you start listening to your elders.
Tell you what, that's a great shot.
That was great.
That is a
Speed
great. Yeah, I would never
off
have
the
played
rail, like come on,
Well, because I know how he thinks.
your window.
Because he plays to his strengths. He wants to keep the potting as simple as possible and use his strengths, which is the cue ball control.
I tell you what, that was great. That was great. That was so risky. You know what I mean? Because now it's 3-2. Now if he made a bad error there, you know,
4-2,
and then he's
yeah.
like, damn, you know, he had the momentum going.
No, but he's thinking there, right? He's rather miss the 2-ball, or chance of missing the 2-ball, or a chance of not getting shape on the free. So he's gone with his strength, I think, which is cue ball control. So for him, I think it was a good decision.
Right.
Of course it was. It was a great shot.
Oh, great shot.
On a 4.25 or a 4.5 inch pocket, he would have definitely played the other shot.
Ooh.
Doing good.
Yeah,
Playing well.
he is playing well.
Yeah.
He's playing very
And
good.
at the end of the day, if
You
your
got him
game's in
in
good
stroke.
shape, right? If you're playing well and your game's in good shape,
Yeah.
I don't think pockets are massively important. Maybe in one or two situations like the long shots and that, but when you control the cue ball as well as someone like Ralf, the pocketing is not that tough. It's when you're struggling a little bit and then you're leaving yourself a little bit longer and then you're a bit tight on the cue and you end up over-hitting the ball and then you're snatching and jumping all over the place. And then it's a tough game, isn't it?
Oh, massive, but he looks to be looking good here, so can tie up this match, a 3-3.
Well, yeah, he's looking good, but that's the thing with this table. Nothing, you can take anything for granted.
He's striking them
Yeah, he
nicely.
is. They're hitting all centre pocket. Usually likes to float them in and they just clip the jaw and wobble in, but he's shooting.
I mean, when he gets really, really comfortable, when he's at his best, I mean, he's clinical, you know what I mean? He's smooth,
Oh, yes.
smooth and clinical.
Clinical, yeah.
You don't mean what is when we have been unbelievably clinical and solid and mentally tough, you know what I mean? And just to have the hunger and determination to do it still is unbelievable. He's probably more professional now than what he was 20, 30 years ago. Because back then he had like a silly moustache.
He's been spending a lot of time in the U.S. training and playing, so
He hits the ball beautiful, and then he breaks unbelievable.
Yes. He broke them good that time. I think
But
the
he
last
lost the
yeah,
cue
but the
ball.
last time he hit it, if you watched it, he knows well the last time he hit those balls they went low. So that time he had to give it a little bit more. That's why he lost his cue ball.
right.
He knows he can see after it because I could see him standing there saying, "Wow, that was low," you know,
Right.
like because he's not used to being
Yes.
dry on the brick.
And then I also noticed that he switched shafts for
Yeah,
his
he
break.
switched shaft because that carbon fiber shaft he has, it's really light and he can get,
Yeah.
you know. So he said it feels a little. There's a big shot if he misses this.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah, he just.
He was playing with a reverb.
Unfortunate
No, he's got
No.
mutually made carbon fiber
Yes.
shaft. Look at that ball
for the
roll.
break.
Oh, he's sponsored by Mutual.
Yeah.
Wow, he
He got quite
definitely,
fortunate.
yeah, he did get quite fortunate. He fired over.
I think you can see enough of it to make it, but it's a very tough shot. He jacks over the free.
You should leave
I think he's gonna play
You
safe.
should leave the camera angle here so we can watch the Aranas game as well. It's like 3-2 Aranas here. He's got jack up on this 8-ball on the back rail.
You could be commentating for both
Yeah.
tables.
Nah, he's just going to roll the 8 in.
Well, Filler give Alex
Wow.
Kazakis a bit of a beating today.
Well, I
Got
think
his
he was
revenge.
ready for his revenge from last night.
Yeah, I think Alex is.
I think Alex is still a bit
Yeah,
upset.
Upset.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
not, but he left. He's not even here.
That's a great shot.
Oh, look at that shot.
Ralf. I thought he would play something like that because Ralph was very deliberate and calculating.
Yeah,
there
that's
we
a good
go.
shot. That's a much better shot than what it looked.
Uh,
Because if you hit that a bit too thin, it scratches.
Yep.
Mike, I think what's going to happen here is Mike's going to get close to making them one, and the cue ball's going to go up and scratch off the 6 in the top corner.
Okay, let's see.
If he hits it hard the way I think he's going to hit it.
I made one of these in my match.
See the cue ball going
Yes,
up that way?
It was tracking that
Good
way.
shot though. Good it.
Yeah.
Great
Pays
hit.
to it. Pays to it. You get no reward for missing it.
Yep.
Behind the 6 ball there, or do you spin it, put the one behind the 6 and the
cue
Got to
ball.
make sure you miss that 9 ball with a cue ball.
Nah, I'm just spinning. I'm spinning the 1 down and putting the cue ball behind that 6.
Yeah, it's more
It's easy.
controlled.
Yeah.
And he only has to bridge over a little bit.
Yeah, just put the cue ball just past the side pocket. I mean the 1 ball, sorry. Well, we've got guaranteed a European in the final. It's
Yep.
in the bottom half of the last 8. We've got Joshua Filler against Ruslan Shinohov. It's nice to see Ruslan back playing well again.
Oh yeah, European winner. Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
like
And we've
But-
got Fortuninski against Melling.
you got what 50 players. There's 49 Europeans. kind of. Yeah, it's in there all at this bar table.
25,000 added with 50 players.
Music City. Music City
Great
Open.
kick.
It's a world
Half ball
ranking
on the 9.
tournament.
Get lucky.
25,000 added.
No, I think he has the edge. He might be able to make this.
Yeah, he is. He can spin it round.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're all playing bar table tournaments. More interesting.
Right. Bar tables are big in the United States.
Yeah, I know, but
Yeah.
that's why the pro game is sort of ruined. You know what I mean? It's, as far as in the States, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but imagine me doing this time in Europe with 25,000 added.
Oh my God.
$300 entry, there'd be 400 players.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very sad, but it is what it is. But you only can say thanks to the guys what did support us, really.
Yep.
The Americans who did support us. So.
Right.
Yeah, you got Tommy as well. I forgot
Yeah,
about
Tommy's
Tommy.
been great. I mean, he
Tommy.
travels to these tournaments all the time. And
Hunter.
there's a few amateurs what's come from
Yeah,
California.
100 as well.
Hunter
Well,
plays it
all the-
every yeah.
So I lowered the entry fee purposely to get more Americans. So obviously it's backfired. So it's back to the drawing board.
You're just going to pot this and draw across?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, this is tricky.
When you're playing
is
well,
tricky.
you don't mind them, do you?
Yeah, but I mean, this is tricky as far as not the
Getting
pot,
good on
getting good on the
five.
5, I'd say.
I had a similar shot to this on the 9 ball. I missed it.
What, you missed the 9 altogether?
Well, I hit the 9, but I might as well have. I missed the pocket by about 9 inch.
Oh, God.
Terrible.
That's funny, that
I
is.
couldn't even see the ball.
Uh,
Unbelievable.
It's hard to be.
should
you
go to
know,
the derby, pal. You
organized.
coming?
No,
What's up with you?
It's like no.
English 8 ball.
Playing good?
Bradford for me.
Playing good?
Yeah, ready. I should play good again.
Oh, that's on top of the 5.
Whoa.
That's on top of it.
Speed is yeah,
Perfect.
a little quick.
He's on it.
He definitely is on.
Yeah, he's on it.
Maybe you might kick it in the side.
Yeah, I'd kick it in the side. 100%.
Or do you kick safe?
No, I'm kicking it in the side. Knowing Ralf might just
Play
Ralf
safe.
might just brush this ball off it and try and like jack up a little bit.
And come down.
Yeah, and
for
come
the
down
7.
back towards behind
Yeah.
the 10 and the 7.
Yes.
I wonder if you could go this way.
No, what about thinning off the 5s to turn the cue ball? There he's
Yeah,
playing that
there.
shot. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a good shot.
that's the shot.
Hit
Just
the 8 ball.
hit the 8 ball. Or the yeah.
It's not bad. He's going to be up there somewhere next to the. I
6
tell you
ball.
what might happen here. He might get close to a scratch if he hits it real bad.
What would happen if we had a power cup?
Is that a joke?
Yeah. You said something might happen here.
No. I mean, like,
All right.
instead of just drifting the cue ball up behind the 6 and banking the 5 back down, the 6 is quite close to where the cue ball could scratch off it.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't think he'll hit it that hard, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's
Float it past the
been
6
known
ball.
he's been known to smash a few
What's
shots.
he doing here?
Oh,
What's he doing
is
with
he
the cue
playing
ball?
top?
It looks like he's playing right English.
He's playing that
Maybe he's
shot.
Cross
Cue ball behind
banking
the
it?
7?
Is he cross banking it?
Wow, that's surprising.
Oh.
That's not as a shot.
Half ball.
Yeah.
I can't believe he played that shot.
The 6 was in the way for that shot.
Tried to get behind the 7 now.
I know what he was doing, but that's not the right shot, surely.
No. He just sold out there.
We're tied at 3-3. On the outside tables, Kachi won the first 2 racks, but now it's 3-2 to James Aranis. Zoran, his nickname, I think. I don't know where
I think it's a Dodong Diamond.
Oh, right, I'll leave him to it. Slow rolled it. The greatest slow roller of all
I don't
time.
know. I'd be like in fear of slow rolling.
It's unbelievable. He was just at every shot there.
Uh-huh.
Like full length of the table, just slow rolls it. I'd be frightened to death to play that shot.
It's Ralf Souquet.
Oh, but it's just amazing because like this table drift and blah blah blah. It's just trusts it, I guess. Well, maybe he eats the white ball different to the rest of us when he's rolling it.
Yeah,
It's weird.
he rolls at centre.
Weird. It's hard to find a centre cue ball. That's a problem. Yeah, Ralph's a centre ball cue ball player. That's for sure. I don't think I've ever seen him play with English.
I don't know. I never knew you knew what English was. You watch this shot now. Any normal pool player that I know would just pinch this with a little bit left, just let it float out a little tiny bit.
Yeah.
He's just gonna hit it centre ball and let it just float right up. That's what everything's just centre. Never anything else.
No, he likes to just kill these a little bit. Centre ball though.
You see,
Center. Yep.
Just let it drift forward.
he's just like everything's just like this shot. Some people might go forward. He'll just roll it in. You know, it's like some people will go forward to the rail a little bit. You know what I mean? It's got to be straight. Has to be straight or he's mad.
This is, you guys are the newcomers of.
No,
pool.
I've seen it. I've watched them all my life.
Yeah, he's been around longer than me now.
10, but before that I did play in some
Yeah, I was
tournament
the same,
season
man.
there.
I was about 2008 when I took it up
Yeah.
full time.
Yeah.
I remember in Vegas, you brought him.
2007, 2008.
You went to Vegas with Darren. That was the first time I met you. My goodness. Yeah.
A good break again.
Fantastic
Time
break.
flies, doesn't it? It's unbelievable. 2019,
Yeah.
that's incredible, that is.
I'm 30 now. Mental.
43 in a couple of weeks. Unbelievable, I get my pension, son. I think you're not far off me, though, are you?
No comment.
I think I'm older than now. I think you're like late 30s, I think, somehow.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. But you're lucky. You like
But
it.
I'm
Because you've got
Asian.
like a baby face, Chinese
God.
baby face. So you're going to look good when you're
It's my
60.
cheeks, okay? It's those.
You're actually
Yeah, it's like mine.
You're actually getting better looking with age, so that's a good thing.
Oh,
Where
thank you.
I think
That's
a lot
pretty.
of people like. There's a lot of that 10-year challenge thing going on in there, Mark,
Yes.
with the picture. But I won't put mine up.
No. He should put his
He
up.
had hair
Subsy should.
10 years ago.
Well, they shouldn't really.
You should. That 10-year challenge picture.
Yeah.
10-year challenge.
Yeah, you put it up. That's what I'm saying. You should put it up. People might think you look like that now.
Imagine what it looked like in another 10 years.
Yeah, they should.
Did you have hair 10 years ago?
Just
Just.
I shaved it back end of November 2008.
God. Chris is all prepped for his next match. He's just had a
Yes.
22-ounce ribeye steak with fries.
Oh, he's
Wow.
all raring to go
And,
now.
Ready.
and his Pepsi.
Celebrating. Tea, please, mate.
He's celebrating.
Tea, pal.
Celebrating.
I don't know.
He's celebrating
T-shirt.
his big win
T-shirt.
there over Z.
Yeah, he's all celebrating with his ZNZ win. And it's had a nice, what was it, like massive steak. that was.
Terrible at the start of the match, though.
Was it nice, was it? It was dogging a couple.
Yeah.
You?
No, get me. No, so I'm fine.
Not on that table.
Yeah, big buckets over there.
Ooh, nice shot, Ralph.
Great shot.
Yeah, he's playing good.
Yeah, he's playing good
Yes.
today.
Playing good.
Playing good.
Focused. He always looks focused, though.
Yeah, he's playing good. Mike Dechaine knows, if he didn't know before the match, that he's in the game. I think at 3-0, I think he was thinking, oh, this could be nice and easy.
Yeah, I was
For
a
sure.
bit disappointed after obviously I lost to Ralph because I thought on this table I don't think Mike could have beat me on here.
Yeah.
I don't think he's. Just think he's a little bit out his depth as far as when it's nice and easy. The finishes he makes it difficult, you know.
You never know, do you?
No, obviously break's good if he gets his break working and.
Oh, you'd definitely be favourite.
Yeah.
Nobody's guaranteed anything. But this here,
He's
what a
going to
good
get
shot this
lucky
is.
here. He's going to
Oh,
get
that's
lucky.
a great shot. He's been unlucky.
Wow.
I think he's been very unlucky. I thought he played a great shot. He's played the cue balls coming back. The players don't look good.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, maybe
That's
you should
because
start.
that's why you got to put your foot down, pal.
Yeah, and maybe
You know
you
what I
should
mean?
start.
Sick of telling them, pal.
You can make your own
Listen,
WPS
you have your
clothing
you have
line.
your players meeting and you say, look, you got to come dressed as a pro. If you
Oh,
don't
wow,
wear
good
your
shot.
shoes and your trousers, you lose a game. You see how many people. Zental tips. No, I'm sure he's got about another 4 or 5 on there somewhere. Oh wow!
I'd
Can't
say.
believe he's not gone for that.
Play to his strengths. Tubbsy would have potted that, gone round the 5, come round the back of the 8, and perfect on the 4.
No, I would have just slow dragged it in and played the 4-10 combo right after that.
You would have. I'm telling you
Yeah.
what Tubbsy would have done.
Oh yeah, Tubbsy would have smashed that and went around the houses
He'll probably kiss the 5 half ball, come round the back at 7, kiss that,
and land
kiss-
perfect on the 10 combo.
kiss the 8 right on the right hand side half ball, and come perfect. Oh, don't worry about us free boys. We like some banter.
Yes,
What about-
and we should include
Daz?
him in.
Daz,
Oh, here we
look
go.
at this. Look at this.
They're making fun of you.
Hit it.
I think you need to.
Hey, I tell you what.
Ooh, punch the table.
Did
It's
he?
my turn now, is it?
Did a Chris Mellin on us. Did a Chris Mellin. Punch the table.
Would you just like to remind us how many cues you've broken in your career, Darren? 3. Which month was that?
Can you remind us how many knuckles you've broken in your career, Mr. Mellin?
Oh, I've only got one left on the right hand. Yes, I've been known to.
You know that I saw Ralph in Las Vegas one time. There was a match and he punched the wall right outside the arena. How was that one?
I remember you, Darren, a few years ago playing in London, and you lost your match and threw your cue, and it went through a partition wall.
Oh yes, that was a long time ago.
I remember I lost a match in here and put $20 in that punching machine over there and just absolutely leathered it for about 5 minutes.
I'll tell you who the match was again. I was
Felt like snapping my cue.
I was 7-0 up
Against
lost
Daniel
8-7.
Davey.
No, it wasn't. It was Yannick.
Was it Yannick?
That was a different match.
Ralph looks to be cueing the ball well.
Yep.
Yeah, he's playing good.
Lost the cue ball a little bit there, but he's okay.
Not happy. He's slowly pulling away here, you know, from 3-0. Putting Mike on in a coma a little bit. I mean, he does everything. He does everything at the same, more or less the same speed, consistency. So Ralph winning 5 racks will take a good 30-40 minutes, where someone like Chris winning 5 racks takes like 5-10 minutes. So for your opponent, it's more painful for someone playing someone like Ralph than it is Chris, really. At least with someone like Chris, he'll put you in your coma very quickly, and he'll let you out in about 20 minutes later.
Well, the only reason I play quick, Daz, is I used to get charged for the pool table.
Yeah.
So the quicker you play, the more games you could get in.
And then you can get your food quicker. Have a rest for your next match.
I'm just looking, Darren, and wondering if them earphones was made especially for you. Special fit.
Special custom-made earphones for Darren here. Well, Ralph's still got the old shiny head going on, so the lighting's good.
Still plays great though, doesn't he?
Unbelievable, really, that he's got the same determination, the same rhythm, the same focus, everything really. Hunger, sticks to the same routine.
Hit that well as well. Hit it too well.
Every credit really, because to keep grinding and flying all these tournaments, he very rarely misses anything, does he? He's not one of them guys what has a break for 2 or 3 months. Just pulls his whole life, innit? He's sacrificed everything for pool, and obviously he's got the reward, so every credit to him.
Yeah, still one of the toughest players on the circuit to beat.
Well, I always say it on my bios, I says he's one of the toughest guys I've ever played against. gives you nothing. Oh, what a break. Come for power now, Chris.
He might be a little bit unlucky, really.
He's okay.
He's okay.
You got one of your rolls right at the end there. Great break that was. It's one of the most powerful breaks I've seen all week on this table, because people have been taking a little bit off it, but he went off the cue ball, bounced what, a good 4 feet in the air there.
4 feet?
Oh, I do apologise, maybe 3. You see our Predator cues here, the title sponsor here. Aramith balls, Simonis cloth, Q score, Kamui brand, Outsville. Yeah, we've got a thank to all our sponsors for the last 2 years. This is the grand finale. Tuned in for 2019. We're not 100% sure what our plans are yet. We'll be doing something. Looking for locations, venues.
Yeah, I think
Wanna
you
get
need to.
involved?
I think you need to do something, Darren, because you can't put a ball at the minute.
Yeah, no, I'll be focusing on playing. Don't worry about that, young man. We got to the last 16, pal. Did as well as Jason.
Yeah, young Jason. Disappointed was Jason. Obviously, he's won the Turning Stone last week, so coming off the back of a win, expected big things here of him. But obviously, it's the nature of the game. You can't win every tournament you play.
Dogged it at 11 all. That was the key.
Well, we all do it.
Exactly. So at least we admit it. Good shot. That was a good shot, wasn't it? That was a good stroke. No? He's still chalking the cue the same, isn't he? The cat. Weird way of chalking the cue as old Michael. Nice shot. Nicely controlled. Would have liked a bit more. He's okay, just roll this in.
This looks like a fun fucking
Emily.
booth right now.
Jump in. Where's the thing again? Pal, Emily's in.
Hello.
Yeah, look, earphones.
I just want to sit. I don't want to be getting on anything. I just want to drink my beer.
Just get yourself in.
You guys take care of that. I just can be here. Hello.
5-4.
5-4. Okay.
Yeah, that was a big game, because he'd
Hello.
yeah, that was a big game because he lost 5 straight racks. So he's 8.
Well, you managed to get 8.
Yeah, I did well.
You was down 6. You were down 6-0, right?
6-0. Yeah,
Came
so
back when you
so I really won, didn't I? From 6-0.
I bet you felt like you won.
Yeah, I did at 8-7.
Dig.
Yeah, I gave him
Hey,
the
you had a
first
good
6.
showing to have the comeback.
Oh yeah, great.
Yeah. I'm trying to be nice. Yeah.
I've been better losing 13-2. It'd been a lot less painful, wouldn't it? Really?
I've seen the ball you jumped and you scratched straight.
Ah, yeah, that's funny, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a funny moment yesterday when he played. We was all on
Yeah,
separate tables, and Daz rolled the ball in the middle and went straight into the corner. Jason burst out laughing. I burst out laughing. Darren burst out laughing. The whole room was just in tears.
It's funny, isn't it?
Chris, tell me about your match. You want to beat Zion.
Yeah, it was a good game. It was close near the end, 13-11.
Yeah.
Got
So
a little bit lucky, to be fair.
Wow, what a shot.
Good.
He's really
That was
playing well.
great.
That's a good shot off that cushion there.
I actually haven't played on the Rassin. I know the pockets are really tight, but how does the table play, like as far as like the
That's
cushions
beautiful.
and the speed?
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
I think it's the
right.
best in the world now with the cushions and the cloth. I mean, the cushions on the Razon for me are the best. They're consistent. There's no like
Yeah.
inconsistency with the bouncers.
Okay.
where, as you know, like a diamond, the bounce can change with the conditions.
Definitely.
Oh, for sure, the rails are
Yeah,
unbelievable.
you have to adjust.
Yeah, the tables are beautiful.
I believe they've stopped the talcum powder at the Derby
Yeah, I saw
this
that,
year.
yeah.
That could make a big difference.
What, didn't they lift something? They lifted some rule or something. Oh, that one pocket, right?
I tell you what, though, there's going to be people using it. 100%.
Oh, for sure, yeah. Not everybody's going to see that message.
What?
Not everybody's going to see that message.
No, but they're going to tell them if you get caught. There's going to be something if you get caught using it, they'll do something. Because
They must have a penalty. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, the Derby, they've banned the powder. I'm not too sure how. I think they should have announced it way before,
They
really.
did away with rank your own as well, which is good.
Yeah, now with the Derby, I think they play the 9-ball on the spot with the magic rack, so I think that's good. Save a lot of arguments. And then the one pocket, they had a rule where if you had more than 4 balls in the kitchen or something, it was all the balls got respotted. I didn't like that rule. You're taking a lot of skill out of the game by doing that. But
Yeah, your rules are the World Pro Series are honestly some of my favorite.
Yeah, thanks.
They're outside the box. Yeah, they're for the better. You know, they're for the person playing better, and
Yeah.
the shootouts are fantastic. I mean, every time I'm here, I love watching them.
Yeah, Dennis had a lot of fun in his shootout, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, I thought you were doing a little bit of sharking.
Yeah,
personally.
it was bordering on sharking, I have to be honest. I
think
don't
it's
mind
good
him
for
doing
Bull,
it.
Though.
I don't
mean,
mind
you
him.
gotta, you gotta fall.
The only thing
Walk the line.
is that when he was at the table, he can do what he wants on me.
Yeah.
But he was still talking a little bit while he was just about to shoot. I didn't like that. But the rest of it was really funny.
I guess, yeah, I agree. You gotta respect your opponent's time of preparation.
I don't think his opponent was too impressed when he was doing that, you know what I mean? But it is what it is.
Maybe
I mean,
it cost- maybe it
it was
cost him the match,
entertaining.
too.
It was
Maybe it cost
entertaining from the outside.
The phone thing was great, actually.
Yeah, the phone thing was awesome.
I don't like this game. I don't like this game.
The thing on the phone was funny. It was funny. I mean, it's hard not to.
Filipinos are the fucking best. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't swear on here, right?
Yeah, it was funny to be fair. Ooh,
Oh my god.
look at Mike.
Wow.
Look at Mike. Look at Mike. But on a regular table, that would have sucked in anyway. It probably wouldn't have touched the sides. It wouldn't have thought about staying out, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
And that's the kind of shot Ralph loves, just to drop him in. He's played
All right,
well,
so
though.
6-4.
Got to give him credit. He has played well.
He's playing great, yeah. Yeah.
He's gonna belt these, his Mike. You can just see it.
Wow, look at this.
He's had a little bit of a touch.
I think he deserves it after that break.
Do you want this? No.
What will you do here, Emily?
Let's see. Probably should kick it in, right?
One rail. Melon would actually go 2 rails, spin it past the 5. And
So I'm thinking I maybe push to. Oh, that's a better angle.
No, I'd just push the cue ball to the side rail and leave the one cushion kick.
Yeah. But you don't think it's maybe a good response kick safe behind the
Could possibly roll the 2 to the bottom cushion and leave the cue ball on the side right hand side rail.
Yeah, that was the kind
But
of
then it's
push
too
I
easy,
was
isn't it?
thinking.
Yeah.
Push, yeah, running into the 2?
The resafe's too easy, I think.
I think so.
I think he has to push to a kick.
I think right here you should try and kick it.
I think he's got to push to a kick, personally.
He's
I
playing
kind of like
what
playing
you
the
said,
kick
though.
too now.
He's playing what you said, Tubbs.
The problem
Yeah, I
playing
think push
this
the
is
two.
he needs to leave a thin cut on the one ball instead of leaving half ball, because it'll be an easy snooker.
Yeah, that's what he's doing.
That looks pretty.
I think he's left a pretty
Too
easy
much?
snooker
Yeah.
here.
I don't like that shot.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
It's just, he could be in a
I
lot
think
of
maybe
trouble
just
here.
play it, don't push and play the kick safe yourself. Right?
To me, he's just put himself in an opportunity of being in a lot of trouble. If he gets him tight behind the 6 here, Ralph's he's sort of dead in this rack. Well, maybe you can't see as much as the one ball as what I thought.
It's a pretty good push if you just think about it this long.
Well, you know Ralph will be just rolling this dead slow trying to stick him behind the 6.
They will do, but it's not Ralph playing. It's Mike. So he couldn't see as much as that one ball as before. He needs a little flick there, and he's got it. He got a little tubby flick there.
Off that. Love off that 9 ball.
And
I'm only on my first beer, so we're safe.
yeah, no drinks for us. We don't drink when we're playing.
I wonder if he's not playing. Ooh, he's missed it.
He's forgot about the slide. He's totally misjudged that.
Well, when he was stroking it, I thought he was going to hit the 7 here. I mean, I don't. To me, his one weakness of his game is his kicking. He don't kick bad, but he's not a great kicker of the ball.
Okay.
And he's missed, what, 2 or 3 simple balls, what he should definitely hit, you know what I mean? He'll make some, but he does miss some, like balls. And for a guy that's been around so long, it's pretty amazing, really.
I think maybe playing the 3 foul here. You got a lot of problems. I mean, 5-7. I don't think the 5 ball goes with this tight pocket, right?
I'd just pot the 1, pot the 2, pot the 3, stop the cue ball and flick off the play the 4, then flick off the 5 and pot the 7.
Yeah, play the carom off the 7.
Yeah.
I don't know, on this tight pocket table, that shot seems a little.
He could play the 1 ball off the 7.
I just feel like there's a lot of.
Emily,
I think play with 3 foul. I mean, there's a lot of clusters. You have a lot of options.
Well,
that 7 ball right
if he
there.
puts a cue ball behind the 7 ball and the one near this 2 ball down here, I think you've called it right. You might even play this off the 7.
I think you're thinking about 20 minutes behind there, does.
You said the 5.
The first shot.
You said the 5 ball. Yeah, no, but Chris said play the 5 onto the 7.
I don't think he's playing it. I don't think he's playing it. He's playing it straight.
Yeah, he's playing off the 5.
He's
7,
off the
sorry.
7, right? Oh, yeah.
That's why you don't play that shot.
He's going for the free foul.
I think it's.
I think you was right. You should have gone for the free foul.
I like the 3 foul there. There's a lot of problems. You got so many blockers.
Oh, yeah.
On all sides of the table. Also, you just said if Ralph is not kicking well, go for the 3 foul.
Yep.
Put the pressure on him if he's already missed a few kicks.
Yep. You're right, Emily.
Well, he's got a couple of options here, Ralph. He can play the 1 into the 5 and stick him behind the 3-6. Or, I don't know if he's looked at it, he could call the 1 into the left-hand corner and play it off the 5 and play position on the 2.
Well, he's rather going to play the 1 full into the 5, or he's going to try and make
What
it.
Chris Mellon would do.
Yeah. He might do that.
The miracle shot maker.
He might, Tubby.
He's played it well.
Cautious.
Not sure he has.
No.
No windows there, Mr. Shaw. And this isn't an
Sure,
easy
you could
shot.
probably masse into the left side of that 1 ball.
This isn't easy to get safe. Needs to hit this full in the
Full
face
in the face, yeah.
with right hand spin so it kills the cue ball once it connects with the 1. Wanting to send that 1 ball right past the 2 ball here. The harder he hits this, the less chance he's got. And that's why, he's had a roll.
Oh,
He's had a huge roll.
That's a big roll, yeah. He hit it good, though. I think he did, too, yeah. He hit it good.
Well, even if he does get ball in hand, there's not much he can do.
He'll probably just have to roll up to this, won't he?
Yeah, it's a pretty simple shot. What you don't want to do is hit the 1 and leave an easy snooker again.
Yeah, right, so you're just thinking for that. You just have 5 as a blocker.
Wow.
Well, that's poor. That
Mike needs to remember he's on 2 fouls now.
That is really poor, that is.
I know he's not. He resaved the last one.
Yeah, he resaved the last one.
I've lost the plot I have today.
I think that tee's a bit strong for you, Darren.
You want some Guinness? Maybe that'll
What's happened to me? Dementia. Dementia's kicked in. I mean, that's poor though, to not hit that ball.
Well, not to not hit it, but to hit the 5's poor as well. If you miss the
you know
1
you're
ball the
breaking
other side,
on the other side.
you're not leaving anything.
Yeah, you just took care of a problem. for him.
Not sure what Mike's looking at here. Is he looking at trying to play a safe? No.
No.
Just draw the cue ball over towards the 3. No. Got to be careful he doesn't under it this shot. Perfect.
Wow.
It's perfect.
Or in the side. Yeah.
This is a tough
It's
shot.
a little thinner than he wants, yeah.
Tough shot and tough hold.
And
Can
then
it come round the
let it
between?
out and go around.
Emily, what about making it coming between the 4 and 8 and round the back of the 6 and 3?
Yeah, I like
Or do you
it.
play it pocket speed?
Or you
Or
play
just
it
run
like
into everything and get perfect.
Well. The cue ball just rolled on a little bit to make it awkward cueing though. Right? Joking. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Fair play to him.
What?
Fair
Wow,
play
that's
to him.
big, actually.
Hope he snaps it off. Get $150,000 in his
It's a
pocket.
great shot, checking over that.
If he wins that tournament, $150,000, he's like multi-millionaire over there. Yeah, he's a nice guy.
Like the nicest kid ever.
I think he is playing it full time though, you know. I haven't seen him play American pool town for a while now.
He's sponsored by them, you know.
Fair play to him.
I can't tell how much angle he has here, but like if you go play it around.
Do we know who's
the-
playing in the
6
final?
and the 8 and play the 5 in that corner?
Yeah,
And
I'm
then
not sure he's beating you, but
punch draw up and then back down through the 5 8 window.
Yeah, I think he's got a funny angle here. Played a double.
Wow.
Impressive.
some shots
Wow.
coming out here.
Yeah.
The 3 ball was the best of the lot.
He's definitely got tools. Don't worry about that. The guy's got tools and he can shoot.
Well, honestly, he like took the year off. He didn't barely competed, and when he did, he snapped off the expo.
Yeah.
He snapped off whatever because he's killing it at work. He's got all this extra money.
I
There's
think
no pressure.
I think he's doing good.
Oh,
Speak to her.
and that was the easy shot of the run out for him, and he missed it.
Well, it wasn't easy, but he did hit it very hard. I think he sort of jumped and hit it too
Yeah,
hard.
jumped up on it.
Yeah, did all the hard work there as well to keep that.
So he's definitely feeling a little bit of pressure because he knows this match is Ralph's playing really well, so he knows he can't afford mistakes.
And he's down right now. It's 6-4. So.
And then the other semi-final was Wang Peng against Yu Hai Kao.
A bit of a surprise lineup then for the Chinese 8-ball Masters. It's good that Jeffrey Ignacio was in the final. Wish him all the best over there.
Yeah, Jeffrey's such a great guy.
Yeah. Be great for another American pool player to win the Chinese 8-ball tournament.
So Ralph should be out here. I mean, it's like tic-tac-toe, right, with going up 7-4.
What's that, Emily?
Ralph should be out here, right?
Oh,
It's
yeah,
just
yeah.
Pop like tic-tac-toe and then going up 7-4.
Yeah, he's made a living on these
That
runouts.
5 is a big, big miss.
Yeah. Yeah, I think a bit rushed that one a little bit, didn't he?
Yeah.
A bit too quick.
Do that often when we get through all the hard shots. And then
Yeah, and that was game ball as well.
Yeah, definitely.
6-5, 7-4. And Kachi and Aranis, is 5-5. James and Quentin.
It seems like it's been neck and neck right the whole time about.
Yeah, that match could go
2-2,
hill.
3-3, 4-4 all the way.
I think both these matches could go to a shootout. I think they're both really, very difficult to call, I think. But Ralph's definitely in the favourite at the moment.
How about Josh Filler? What a
Oh,
great
yeah.
shot. So great against Alex.
Yeah, I think he's probably...
Coming off his big win, right?
I think
What
with
was
a
that?
draw, he'd have to put him slight favourite to win the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd probably be the favourite out the 8. Obviously, Chris would be very close. I think him and Chris, that'd be a potential great semi-final. Chris Mellon against Joshua Filler.
Do it, Chris. Chris Mellon and Joshua Filler in the finals.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, so you have to play each other in the semi-final.
Oh, semis, okay. You guys are going to Derby, and then when's the pool? World pool?
And all over America,
That's
so
fantastic.
Yeah, it's getting lifted next
which
year.
is massive for pool.
That's massive, yeah.
It was the online gambling.
Yeah.
Yeah, that took a hit. I was playing a lot of online poker in college, too, and then that whole crackdown happened.
You should be able to spend
And that
your
was
money
around the IPT
however you
time,
want to spend
too,
your
right?
money. You should be able to spend your money however you want to spend it.
Of course, yeah.
I didn't understand that at all, really. Because you
Yeah.
find other ways to spend it, right?
Yeah.
And that's what probably happened.
What do you like here,
All
Daz?
right,
Do you
so
like playing the one in the corner, or do you like just
Oh, Snoop.
sticking him up behind the
the
four?
5 ball.
just going to roll the one down, stick him behind 3.
Yeah, he could do that also.
Think so?
That's the shot.
I'd rather get
I
him
guess as the
behind the
cue
4.
ball's frozen on the like close to the rail, it'd be hard to punch and get behind the 5, right?
I think it's slightly off. I think he's gonna draw behind the 5.
Yeah, I like that because
Yeah.
it gets him tight if he gets him behind it.
Yeah. If it was frozen, I think you had a good case, Jason.
Got to be careful,
Yeah.
don't scratch.
Yeah.
Oh, he's in trouble now, is Mike. He's in big trouble here.
Oh yes.
And he's looking pretty much. He's really bad about it.
Well, this is one of them. It's a hit and hope, is
I
this
think
one?
he has to
All right,
go.
well, what's the kick here, man? This is like-
He has to go top rail, side rail, and come in between the 6 and 10.
I tell you what he might do, he'll just roll up
Oh,
and
he's got a window.
well, he must have a window. He's shooting it really quick.
He's called it in the bottom right for some reason.
I'm not sure what
Oh,
he's
no,
doing.
Through the
it's-
gap, and that's 6-10.
He's going
got a window.
three rails, I believe.
No, just before the side pocket. He's got a window. There you go. He called it in the bottom right. What a great effort that was.
Wow.
I wondered why he pointed his cue to this right-hand side pocket. That was a great effort.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a great shot.
Like 2-rail.
A nice little roll as well.
He deserved it.
Definitely.
It pays to it, doesn't it?
Okay, so I can't tell. Is that the 6 on the rail, right? And then 8 in the bottom here.
Yeah, this is the 8 and that's a 6.
Yeah.
You can put your eyes back in later.
Thank you. It's the color.
So this is a tough shot. He might not even go for this, knowing Ralphie.
Just do maybe a Chris.
Yeah, he might just play a simple
cue
cross.
ball
Yeah.
around behind
Well, I
the.
think he has to go for it, right? This is a tough shot. It's not a full pocket, is it?
No, off pocket, no take 2.
Oh, just make
What
sure
a
of the
shot.
pocket. Good shot. Didn't take any big risks there.
Yeah, just settle for the position there too.
Kept control of the table.
So now what's the safe here?
I think it's too easy, the safety.
Well, the 2-rail bank, right?
Yeah, he might bank it.
But then the 3 doesn't go, so you should play safe.
He's looking at somehow trying to get the cue ball behind the 8 and 10. Oh, he might. Because
But with a
banking
6
it.
ball right there, that's going to be tough, right? You have to
Yeah,
spin off.
he'd have to draw it a little bit. Just missed a side pocket. Unless yeah, I don't think it's called a pocket, has he? So I'm guessing he's playing safe. I don't think he's tacking here.
Scratched.
No.
Scratched.
Wow. Called that shit.
I mean, he put his eggs all in the basket there. He played cue ball only, really, didn't he? He played for the cue ball, and that's
He
it.
did, yeah,
he didn't even
that's
think
it.
about the 2. Maybe if
Yeah,
he did a
that's
touch
sloppy,
fatter.
too. Well, he leaves the 2 close to the side pocket too, even if he does hook up.
I think if I was Mike here, I'd be playing the 2 in the top corner and stunning over rather than playing that, but it's still okay.
I think on this table, though, I think leaving distance is not leaving distance, but leaving him a shot is not a bad option on this table.
Yeah.
Where there, I think Ralph was trying to be a bit too careful. I think he could have got distance between the balls. I think it would have been good enough.
I agree. He got too a little ambitious, a little too aggressive. I think trying to
Yeah,
freeze him trying to freeze him on the 5, but you can.
This table, you can tease your opponent a lot more with them long shots.
Yeah.
Needs to play a good shot here. Needs to be in
Especially with
perfect
Mike
position.
down, all the pressure on him. You know, you leave him.
And when you're under it a little bit, nothing comes easy, does it? Like this finish on the outside tables, it'd be definitely getting out. But on this table, it's not guaranteed.
Oh, I hit that really well.
Played this well though.
Yeah.
Perfect, actually. Well, he needs to keep his head down. He hit that one good.
Yeah.
A little too far.
Oh.
And because he's come too far, he might play this in the opposite corner. He might cut it into the right.
He's got to be careful though, because this table's going to slide off that 3rd rail big time.
Yeah, it did it with me earlier, Chris, and I scratched.
He
Couldn't
could
believe it.
end up touching the 9 ball off this shot.
I ended up scratching on something similar to this. Unbelievable. Oh, nice shot. Look at it. That's what it did with me. I scratched on that shot. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, you guys called that slide.
Yeah.
Yeah, he needed to draw,
All right, now
draw
here?
that
Slice it in, let the cue ball fly.
It's a
Couple
tough
rails up
one,
and
isn't it?
down.
It's a tough one, but he's got to go for it.
Gotta go for it. Yeah. 1, 2, back.
Nice shot.
Great shot.
Wow, what a shot that is.
Wow.
Fantastic.
It's pretty fucking good.
That was great, that was. That's his best shot of the match so far. And in one he really needed.
Yep, 7-5.
Nice.
That's great. Nice.
I'm going to do some clinics actually, and then
Nice.
go back to England. I'm going to play in the English 8-ball World Championships. That's the beginning of February.
Oh, lovely. Okay, where's that?
It's in Bradford, so it's quite close to where I live,
Okay.
in the north of England.
Okay.
And then just really start getting ready for the US Open. Practice really hard for the US Open.
Yeah. No big event.
Because that would be like the next major title. So
Yeah,
really getting myself, try and get myself in perfect condition for the US Open.
Yeah. No, I think it's a great the match room, and having it being at Mandalay, and like, you know, now about 2 years at Moscone, I'm so impressed with the way they operate.
It's amazing. It's getting better and better.
Yeah.
And it looks like they're going to do more for pool as well, so that's even better. But the US Open's going to be mad. It's going to be great. It's going to be live around 135 countries.
Yeah.
I would imagine the prize money is going to be around 500,000, about 100,000 to the winner at least. So
it's great.
Obviously, if you win it, it's going to open a lot of doors up. It's going to get you invites to everything, really, the Moscone.
Yeah.
So for Europeans or Americans especially, it's massive, you know what I mean? I mean, it's massive for everyone, but a little bit more on the line for the Americans. I'd say the Europeans more than the Americans, because the Americans, their team sort of self-picks itself a little bit, where the Europeans, we have to qualify or we have to get 2 wildcards. So
yeah.
So if you win the US Open, you'd be more or less nail your spot.
Yeah, 100%.
But obviously, you'd rather win the US Open anyway.
Yeah. By the way, full disclosure, I voted for
nice.
you, Chris Milling, for the fans pick.
Yeah. Well, it's
didn't a lot of us.
It's a little bit surprising that him and Carlo Biardo haven't been picked for the World Masters, because Carlo's had an unbelievable 2 years.
Yeah,
No, I'm just saying, the 23 players that picked, I can't believe Chris and Carlo didn't get in.
I can't believe you never got picked either. Why, you've won it before.
Yeah, but
Runner-up.
I've been playing, have I?
2 times.
I can't believe Mark Gray didn't get picked.
So who picks that? I don't even know. I didn't even know how that
Matchroom
works.
picked them.
Matchroom picks it? Okay.
Well, obviously, they pick players from different countries.
Yeah.
Try and get as many countries involved in as possible. But there's 1 or 2 suspect picks, in my opinion. And obviously, Chris didn't get in, and Carlo Biardo didn't get in, which really surprised me.
Yeah.
But obviously, Matchroom, it's their tournament, so it's an invitation event. They can do what they want. And they usually do. So, but obviously, they put on great events. So,
what do you think here for Ralph? Just behind the 6?
Yeah.
Gonna have to swerve into the 3 a little bit, though, right?
He's going to bank this down the table. Slow roller.
He hit that way too soft.
your average 2. I think I think he hit it an air soft and he hit it a bit too fat.
Too what? Too fat. Yeah, you're right. You're right, too full. Yeah.
He's going to bank this, right?
Yeah. Bank it right in the
Yeah.
fire that on the side. Well, you play the speed, right, because the 8 ball's blocking the bottom pocket.
Well, I think he's going to bank it and roll forward with the cue ball. Put the cue ball behind the 7 in the same shot. Obviously, he'll be on the 6, won't he? Or just do that.
Just went
go
for it 100%, yeah.
But I think he's supposed to make that.
I think so, too. And
He's obviously very disappointed he's missed it.
Yeah.
But the Razon does bank a touch shorter than a diamond.
Shorter than a diamond.
Just a touch.
And diamond's short, okay. Because diamond's already banked a little short, right?
So there, he was trying to take everything out of the shot. He was trying to take the friction out and everything. But
yeah, I love that bank.
I think he's
popping
slightly.
in
Yeah, I mean that was really hard though.
It, yeah.
I think he maybe hit it a touch too hard. I mean,
I don't remember which point he hit. I
He-
think he did miss it short, right? It's a little
yeah,
too
it's
hard.
fraction short. Yeah. I mean, he pounded that. Pounded it.
What are you looking at? You're hallucinating over there. James is up 6-5 against Kachi. Oh, 7-5 now? They haven't updated on our thing.
We got a little bit. He struck that nicely, but slightly overhit it. He's got an angle.
He's got two. He's got forward.
But he's got to go forward.
Yeah. Just a lot of left.
He usually plays these shots really nicely, though. But you've got to bear down on this, though. All these have got to be cued nicely. And he's got to put a bit of left English also. He ain't that good.
Like my boots. New Orleans on my birthday last year, 34th. Fucking love them. It's a splurge purchase. But
Ralph, he does the same thing every shot, doesn't he? Walks around the table, checks his angle. You do that? You always check your angles every shot?
Not every shot. If it's a little trickier and important. If it's, if I'm a little nervous, maybe I'll walk around. I don't like to, my coach, like he trained Kelly.
Yeah.
It's all about not overthinking, using your pre-shot routine, making decisions, committing to them, you know.
Yeah, you got to play what's natural to you. Right, this is obviously natural to Ralph. He's been doing it his whole life.
Yeah. Sometimes though, that's all my nature is to sometimes shoot too quick and not check an angle when I should. Yeah. And then I get a little funny, and then it costs me.
Yeah.
So I've been working on that too, of really taking the time when it's important to look at it.
Ralph is very, very focused, very confident.
He looks so confident.
He just rolled that ball. I've never seen anyone roll balls like him. It's incredible.
It's clock tonight.
Okay.
Play Fortunski from Poland.
Okay, how do you pronounce it?
Fortunski, I think it's called. Fortunski or something. A good player from Poland.
Okay, tell me about this rack, Mr. Creative Genius.
Well,
I mean, push, right? So where's the push? Because there's so many easy responses
well,
as far as
the
the safe, right? Because of all those blockers.
Yeah, the problem is no matter where you push here, it's an easy kick on the one to get safe.
So maybe you play the kick safe yourself, right? Don't push. You could come from this way, kick down, go up on the 3.
I'll tell you what I'd do.
What would you do?
I'd flick off the 2 ball.
Okay.
Bring the 2 ball out and leave the white near the bottom cushion.
Okay.
So he can't really do much. I mean, if he leaves this, there's a good chance he's going to be hooked after this.
Yeah. See, I don't like that. I don't see how.
Nah, I think he's nailed on to be hooked here.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's easier from the position that he was at to play the kick safe, right?
Yeah, he's going to go 1 rail, side rail first, kick the 1 ball, try and put the 1 past the 2 and the 4.
Yep.
And put the cue ball in behind the 6 or the 7.
Okay.
Which is what he's looking at here, but he needs to go ball down here from where he's aiming.
Yeah.
Because the cushions are sliding like crazy.
Okay, yeah.
So if he doesn't, he could end up hitting the 1 full in the face and double kissing the cue ball. So he needs to be very careful. Okay. I'm just wondering if he's called the 1 to the top left-hand corner.
You should call it, right? Call it a left-hand corner.
Yeah, you should call it
just
in case. He could double kiss this. I'm not sure he's looked at.
Nice little.
That's good.
Yeah.
He's left it. He's
got a window.
left the edge.
Window. Wow.
Not sure how tight he can get this though.
All right, so here maybe just in the right edge of the 1 ball, the little outside spin. This and the cue ball behind the 7-6.
Yeah, he's got to try and get him behind the 7 and 6 here.
Yeah.
I'd play the 1 into the 2, just to hold the 1 ball there. Doesn't look too happy. If he's left the window there, he's been slightly unfortunate if he's left that.
I don't think he left it. But
well, Ralph's got a big chance of making this ball.
Yeah, coming rail first.
Bottom rail, side rail.
Yeah, bottom rail, side rail.
Maybe he can get through the gap. He can. He must be able
He must
to.
be able to. Wow, that's an incredible window to leave with those blockers.
Yeah, because he's gonna cannon the 2-ball as well, which in turn will leave in position. He's virtually guaranteed to leave position on the 2-ball here should he make the 1. Can he make it? It looks like he can make it.
If he can hit that edge, he can definitely make it.
Oh, he missed that
wow,
by
and he
a
overcut
country
it.
mile. And he
Overcut
showed
it.
a little
He'd
bit of
swing a ton
emotion
the
there as
ball.
well. Showed a bit of
It's
emotion.
rare.
He's been
Crazy.
fortunate,
He had like
really,
a
though.
Ton of room to make that ball.
He's been fortunate because the 4-ball is just in Mike's eye line. So this makes the 1 a little tricky.
We can come, just past the 9-ball? Or do you want to pull it towards the corner pocket and come around and play the 2 on the side?
Yeah, I like to just roll this straight through.
Okay.
Play for the 2 in the left-hand side pocket.
Oh, yeah. Just keep it simple. Roll past the 9 and then hit the railway.
Maybe a bit short.
Yeah. No, his speed was really
He can make it, but he's a little short.
short, yeah. Yeah. So that...
Got to be careful he doesn't cannon the 3-ball here off the top rail. And I think he has. Oh, he's missed the 2. Did you see how much he jumped up off the shot as well?
Hey.
You'll have to excuse the noise in the background there. We're just swapping commentators.
Yeah.
I'd like to welcome Mr. Sweaty Shaw.
What's up, Tubby? That was terrible, miss.
Yeah, he jumped up on the shot there, Jay.
No, put the cue through the roof.
He's going to be stuck up behind the 3 and 4 ball on this next shot.
Oh, that's terrible.
That's a real poor shot from Ralph there.
That is bad. I think, you know what happened though? They took that little time out.
Well, I'll tell you what now. Ralph could be in big trouble here. If he can click this 2-ball off the cushion into the 9, leave the 2 where the 9 is, spin the cue ball with right-hand spin and try and get him right up behind that 5 and 6 ball. The only danger with playing this shot is if he makes a 5. Or he scratches off the side of it.
How'd he hit it? He
Wow.
hit it good, right behind the 7.
I'm not sure about that one, Jay.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, he's got him, but it's not a tough shot. If he gets him behind the 6 and the 5, he's in big trouble.
I feel there just at this point in the game, anything's good for Mike. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
Ralph's playing really good, so he's slowing it down. And that little timeout sort of seems like Ralph's just sort of not, like came off the boil for 2 minutes there, because that safety would never have happened if they never took that break. You know, he was dialed in.
Well, yeah, that's true.
You know, some breaks sometimes change the momentum of the match.
Ralph needs to make sure that he calculates this one properly. The young Darren's drinking on his own again, not got his fellow commentators a drink.
Yeah, that's what he does.
Cheers, pal. Very kind of you. Would you mind getting me and Jason a drink, would you? Seeing as we're commentating for free for you.
Nah, it's all right. Pals rates.
I think you've had plenty more out of me.
Yeah, blobbed on last year.
Blobbed on, yeah. he must be sick about last year, must Darren. He's lost out on about 30 grand.
And the rest. Bought myself a new good few pairs of shoes with that money.
What a
Wow.
shot. What a shot.
Look at this shot. He's left it. No.
I'm in. Oh, yeah, we're in.
Jump shot here coming.
3 amigos are in the box now.
Dynamite, he's back. Maybe you're drinking coffee?
Yeah, coffee, yeah.
Yeah, buying his own drink, Jason. You know how it goes.
Oh, yeah, one of those ones.
Short memories and all that.
I didn't buy it.
Oh, that's a shock. Didn't buy it.
You can get one if you want. It's on the tab. A big result for Liverpool today. Come back and won 4-3 against Crystal Palace. Man United won their 7th straight match.
Yeah.
How did Leeds do today?
They lost, mate, but they're still top of the
Joking,
league.
who'd lose to?
They lost to Stoke.
Wow.
Oh, he's going to get lucky here. Yeah, he's going to get lucky. Look, here we go.
Wow, there's some right rolls going off in this game.
He hasn't got away with it though.
Yeah, he has.
I think he has.
Yeah,
You can
he's-
see it.
Yeah, but he can't make it.
You
Oh,
sure?
because you can see it, you can't make it, you're happy.
Are you sure?
Oh, yes. He's just going to bank it up and down the table and send the white in behind the...
Yeah, these
The 8 and
games
the
are
7.
these games are starting to become big as well.
Yeah, well, like I said, they took that 5-minute break and now, like, Ralph played a couple of loose shots.
Oh yeah. And James Aranis is up 7-5. Well, these two matches here just starting to take open a couple of gaps.
He's going to stun this and leave the white there. Yeah, I thought so. He needs it to go.
Yeah, he tried to get the cue ball over.
Yeah, ain't no good. He left it.
I don't think so. Yeah, James Aranis, the only Filipino left.
Yeah, Dennis blew that earlier.
Yeah, I think he messed around too much.
Yeah, if he would have just kept his mouth quiet when the kid missed to make it, when the kid left it and then it was sudden death, if he would have bailed down, I think he would have won
I think
that.
it's his way of hiding the nerves or the pressure a little bit. Because he don't usually act that way, does he? Usually very serious, very intense player.
Oh, look at this shot.
Nice shot. If it slows down.
Left it.
I don't know if he's left it, but
Yeah, Ralph can spin this in.
I don't know if he actually went for the 2 there.
Nah, I don't think so. I think it was a safety shot.
Too sure he can see him quite enough of it. He might have to slow spin it.
Yeah, his favourite shot.
Yeah, but
Slow spin.
what about the free ball? Will he say hold for the free?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
can just
on
be
this
where it
cloth. So easy to hold this shot.
The next match up at 8 p.m. we've got
comes. We've got the
Fortuninski
against ribeye steak.
against Christopher Mellin. And on the outside tail we're Joshua Filler against Ruslan Shinahoff.
We've got a new viewer next to us.
A new viewer here.
Ronnie- Ronnie O'Mara.
Ronnie O'Mara. Ronnie O'Mara. Ronnie O'Mara. Ronnie was up 3-0.
Ronnie won. He was up 4-0 and he came back to 4-3.
Wow.
Not sure. I know Ronnie won. He's into the final for the
Taking a look.
13th time, I think, or something like that.
It's unbelievable, his
Yeah, this will
record.
be his 7th win, I think.
Something like
Yeah,
that.
he's breaking all the records for the majors.
And one of my friends has
that.
actually got a bet on Ronnie to win all three Triple Crowns this year. UK Masters in
Yeah.
the world, and obviously he's won the UK. He's in the final of the Masters.
Your idol, John.
Yeah,
Well-
when he's in a clear mind, nobody beat him.
Oh, it's unbelievable. He's in a clear mind, though, the last
That's
12
what I'm
months,
saying.
really.
Nobody can beat him. That's why Selby's off the boil, because he knows he's back.
Yeah, he picks and chooses his tournaments. I think Ronnie's played in 7 tournaments this year. He's won 4, been in 2 finals and 1 semi-final. It's unbelievable, his record this year. This season, sorry.
Yeah, he's won about £700,000 as well.
Yeah, we're not even... And he's about 9 centuries away from 1,000, so hopefully he can get it at the Worlds. Well, he might probably do it before now if he plays a couple of more tournaments.
Well, I actually think he's going to beat Endry's record for the Worlds.
I think if he wins it this year, I agree. If he don't, then it's going to be tough. But if he keeps with this attitude, then yeah. Well, Ronnie said the other day that he's going to keep playing till he's 55. Yeah, he said he thinks he can play till he's 55. So his attitude's definitely got better. As fit as what he is as well. He didn't even say anything about it.
Well, Ralph's hitting the ball really well at the minute.
Yeah, he's playing really well. Going to take some stopping.
It's 8-5. 8-5.
What's happened here? Big bill for you, Tubbs.
Yes, we've got to pay his bill.
Yeah.
We'd like to pay his way.
Natalie says it was free.
Yeah, you got to pay your way when you're eating steaks all day.
Steak for every win. Every time he gets a W, he has a steak.
That place is the nuts. I'm booking in there at least 3 times. Yeah.
Yes, we'll be booking in at the Derby. Won't we, in the steakhouse, Jason?
Yeah, it's a nice steakhouse there. Well, John likes his steak. Well, this is going to be 9-5, so it's definitely going one-sided. And John Morrow's going to join us. He's taking over from Jason Shaw. Making his debut at the World Pool Series commentary booth. Welcome to the booth, pal.
Nice to be here.
Nice to see you back playing.
Yes.
Looking very well these days.
It's coming along, the left hand.
Yeah, people, a lot of people talking about it. The talk of the town.
Once again.
You've been putting the hours in, haven't you?
Yeah, I have to. If I miss one day with my left hand, I feel like I'm starting over again.
Yeah, it looks like you've been putting a good 5 or 6 hours a day in practice.
Yeah, around that. Yeah, I need to. Everybody's playing too good these days.
Yeah.
I think the standard went up.
Yeah, for sure. There's more good young players now.
Yeah.
It's incredible. These young players are learning very quickly.
Yeah.
Like the old days, it used to take 5-10 years to get as good as this.
I know.
Now they're doing it in 1-2 years.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. They're everywhere.
It's an exciting time for pool.
Yeah,
a lot of big tournaments this year.
A lot of good things starting to happen.
Yeah.
Hopefully Matchroom take over the WPA eventually.
That'd be nice. Yeah. They need to do a good World 9 ball again.
Yeah.
Well, we'd have a proper tour, that's for sure.
Well, Pepsi says it's the greatest show in the world.
Any show with him in it's the greatest show in the world.
Come to the greatest show in the world. I can't think of anything worse, to be honest.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
It's a good venue. It's just there's no excitement.
Just no
prize money hasn't gone up.
No atmosphere.
I just hate that you finish in the top 8 and break even on the trip.
Yeah.
3,000.
It's sad. 30,000. It's still 30,000.
It was 40 this year.
And Judd Trump beat Neil Robertson. So Judd Trump reaches his first Masters final in the snooker. So that's going to be a great final.
Yeah,
Judd Trump against Ronnie.
Great
Judd Trump's having a really good year. It's only £200,000 to the winner, the Masters.
What's that?
Yeah, it's not worth turning up for.
If we ever see that kind of money, we'll be happy people.
Unbelievable. What about Jeffrey Ignacio? He's in the final of the Chinese 8-Ball Joy Masters Cup. Yeah.
Get out of here.
$150,000 to the winner. I think, 40,000 for second.
Wow, that's amazing.
Hopefully he snaps it off. But I think he's playing that game full time now. Wow. I haven't seen him at no American pool time for about two years.
How far did Shane make it?
I'm not sure, mate.
I saw he was playing yesterday. He must have got far.
I think he got like 13 to 16 for something.
He was playing on the stream yesterday.
Yeah, I think he got 13, 16, somewhere around there.
He might have got even further.
Maybe 9 through 12. So he's improved a little bit, hasn't he? From when he first played it.
Yeah, he just doesn't have the cue action for that game, I don't think.
Yeah, to really compete.
He knows 8-ball well. Break. Everybody can break in that game. How about when I finished top 16 in the World Chinese 8-ball? Beat John Higgins.
I remember playing John Higgins. It was like, I thought I was in dreamland.
The match I had with Wu Cha-Ching was good. It was like 5.5 hours. Beat him hill.
Yeah, it's a good experience.
Right
I remember that match. Yeah. Yeah, I was excited when I played John Higgins.
And that final was like, what, 10 hours? McKill and
Making
that
the
guy,
guy,
Hill.
probably, yeah.
21-20.
Yeah.
Big shot here for Mike.
Didn't miss that. I knew
you kind of knew that were going to happen.
That's
because he has been jumping up on them vital shots.
Yeah, it didn't look like he took his time on that one.
Set up well as well in the match, but Ralph's put the heat on him, and he hasn't. It's
Ralph's
took its toll.
He's showing that experience.
This is the best I've seen Ralph play for a long time. He hit the ball really well this tournament.
Might win it.
Yeah. It keeps this it keeps playing like this.
I think this table suits him because he's a grinder.
Well, it's weird because the previous matches he's played on here, he's played really poor, missing too many balls and all that stuff. But
it's easy to do that.
But because he's playing well, he's pocketing well also. You know what I mean?
He's got some confidence.
And it's like I said before, this is a table where if you're not on top of your game, it's going to expose you.
Yeah, I had a good match with Hunter yesterday on this table.
Yeah. But if you are playing well on this table, it's great. You know what I mean? It's you can beat the table, but if especially Efren. That's why he did so well, because he wasn't a great banker, but he was such a good mover.
Yeah. That was the only
Alex is
event
the
he
same.
never won.
Alex Pagaline the same.
He finished second. I think Efren was his best in the banks.
Yeah, but he had a lot of high finishes though.
Yeah.
Oh, he actually lost to Stevie Moore in the final.
Was that the year he lost to Stevie?
Yeah, that was a big surprise for Stevie to win it, because he don't even play bank pool.
Yeah.
But he had a week where he was firing. You know what I mean? He was firing.
If you're shooting straight, you can do well in that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the old bank pool. Must admit.
Yeah, I think 7th is my best, which is not bad.
Still the youngest player to ever win it, though.
Yeah, that was a good achievement.
22.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. When was that?
If Billy Thorpe wins it this year, he'll break my record.
Yeah.
That was 2012.
He's probably the youngest one-pocket player then, right?
Yeah, he is. He's the youngest to ever win any Derby City title. His games went up. He's playing strong.
Yeah, he's got a lot of art. He plays with a lot of art. That's good.
Yeah. He's a good kid, too.
He isn't scared to get stuck in. Yeah, he is. I think Skylar's really improved also.
It was a good bank he made in the Moscone, Billy. That long 7.
Yeah, yeah.
And Tyler
Yeah,
Steyer were
that was
playing.
good, yeah.
Not quite sure about that shot from Ralph. That was a long way short.
That's considered a good safe on this table.
Yeah, I said earlier, like, when you're playing push-outs and that, I'm happy to leave him a long shot.
Yeah. He's probably an underdog to make this right now.
My friend, Benjamin Finch. He says, LOL, funny commentary. Hello, Benjamin Finch.
What's so funny, Benjamin?
Because we like the banter, you see. He's like me, Chris, and I think he's a big fan of you, actually. He loves Corey. He loves Johnny. He obviously likes Jason, and then he just loves Paul. You know what I mean? He's actually a good player, but he's like family man and what have you.
Yeah.
I think you might have met him.
Your cousin, isn't he?
Yeah, well, he is sort of. Yeah, he married my cousin.
Tony Robles is a family man. He had a good tournament.
Yeah, he's playing well. You know, I've noticed the last 6 months he's been playing well.
Not a lot of.
Because he was more of a
players know
coach.
How good he was.
No, he went to more of a coaching role, but he looks like he's getting stuck in again with the tournaments.
He won the BCA years back, beat everybody.
It was very good. He played in the Moscone Cup. But I tell you what,
Look
I think, look at that, great shot. I think what happened with Tony, even though it's not the strongest field where it should be, I think getting to the final of the straight pull.
Oh, he got to the final?
Yeah, he lost to Torsten in the final. I think that's given him a bit of confidence and a little bit of a push to give it another go in the tournaments.
When was that?
About 6 months ago.
Thorsten just always gets to the final of those straight pull tournaments.
Yeah. The only one he doesn't really do well in is the American straight pull one. And the Derby, actually. But he always does well in the one what Charlie does, the World 14-to-1 tournament.
How about John Schmidt ran another 400?
Yeah, he was trying for months and months, wasn't he, to beat that 500 record or whatever it is.
434.
Fair play to him. Fair play to him. He was doing it hours and hours a day, wasn't he? I think he did it with the Revo shaft also.
I don't think so. Could have been.
Yeah, I think Predator uploaded the video.
Okay.
So he's got a 2-rail kick here, John. Or maybe eat it off the 3rd rail.
3 rails in the corner. No, he's going
3 rails and flick it in.
He's going to. He can get safe here.
I think he'll be happy with the contact, a good contact.
Needs to hit it just before the middle diamond.
I'm betting he hits it.
Ooh,
perfect.
Ooh, missed it.
Oh, wow. That is so close.
Good effort, though.
If he'd have flicked that would have been in.
Well, it's got to be said, he has missed quite a lot of balls, kicking at balls in this match. But besides that, he's played really, really well.
Kaiser.
And
Mike Dechaine back on the scene.
Yeah, he looked like he's playing great this tournament, but he started off great in this match, but he's made some mistakes, hasn't he? He's 10-5 now, wow. He's made quite a few bad mistakes in the last 5 or 6 racks.
For someone who's not playing a lot, it's not easy to come play on this table.
Yeah,
in
for
a
sure.
competitive match.
Needs to land high on the 4-ball here. This is well short.
Oh, he's playing the combo.
Playing the combo. I'm not sure about this. I'd have been playing the 4 inside, then the 5-10 combo.
Oh, I don't know about that.
It was tough to get on the 5 from the 4. I think that's why he went this way.
That's all right. The way his gun's all right.
He doesn't want to play the 7-9 combo
Doesn't want to
later
make
on.
both of these in one shot.
Yeah, I did that earlier. Criminal. I did exactly the same thing earlier on. The ball just kept rolling.
Well, now he's got a tough shot to get on the 5 here.
Oh, he's going to draw it off
2 rails.
2 rails, right?
Got to be careful here.
Cue ball can get away on you here.
Ooh, he
Hit it perfect.
Is it as good as you could hit that?
If he's played it that way, then great. I thought it was coming down in a straight line.
He just played 1 rail. He just
Yeah.
drew it straight back.
That's a brilliant shot, that was.
Yeah, can't fault that one.
Mike's playing with a Mucci now. A lot of Mucci players. I'm one of them.
You like it?
Yeah, I love it.
You've been through some
cute.
cues, haven't you, in your career?
Huh?
I say, you've been through some cues in your career.
Been through a few. Never broke any.
Yeah, I can't say I haven't. I do apologise. I do apologises.
Ooh. He didn't want to
What's
draw
that?
the ball at all.
Might just stop it dead.
You can actually when you're trying to stop a ball, you can get some unwanted draw on this table with the new cloth.
Maybe he was going to draw it and then he changed his mind. It's a bit hesitant. Wasn't he?
Yeah, he's moving a lot on the shot as well.
Yeah.
He's
It's
very-
amazing, isn't it? You see some of these American pool players that move so much on the shot and they still make the ball. You're thinking, how's he done that?
Well, the problem is on this table, it'll catch you out a lot more than it would on the outside tables.
Oh, but there's some real great players who move a lot on the shot and they make it virtually every ball. I'm thinking, even some of the Filipinos, you're thinking, how can that ball go in when you move that much?
Yeah.
I mean, Efren's a great example, really, isn't he?
Well, one of the reasons why I switched to playing left-handed is because I'm so left-eyed.
Fun to hang out with.
It's a good tournament, good pool hall.
You know what? I miss the old Riviera days in
Yeah.
Las Vegas.
That was fun.
That was good times at Riviera.
I think the World 10 ball in July is going to be similar to that.
Yeah,
Everybody's
great,
going to
yeah.
be there again.
Yeah, it's going to be
the
great.
pro.
Yeah. So that's going to improve the US Open 8 ball and the US Open 10 ball also. Well, so for now, it becomes a real US Open, you know what I mean?
A lot of good tournaments in Vegas this year. Excited
Yeah.
to go back there.
April, we've got the Players' Championship just before the World 10 ball.
US Open.
I mean, the US
World
Open,
10
I do
ball.
apologise. Mike, he isn't dead yet then, is he? Win this rack 10-7.
He's fighting.
Yeah, that's all he can do, isn't it? John Moore is a fighter. So who beat you? And who knocked you out the tournament?
Josh Filler last night.
Oh,
I got too tired.
Yeah.
I played Hunter, beat him 11-8, beat Conrad in the shootout, and just had no more energy left.
And that was the
he
match
played
to
a good
qualify?
set. Yeah. Josh played a good set. It was nice playing him. That was the first time I played him.
Yeah.
He's an exciting player. 11-4.
Yeah, I played James Aranas for the first time and he drilled me 11-4. He played really well.
Yeah, he's strong. He's come a long way.
And like you say, like if you're not quite on your game, these young kids, they just blow you away.
Yeah.
Wow, what's this? What the hell? Got away with that, didn't it, Chris, didn't he?
Yeah, he should have been playing inside the 5 there and leave a longer 4.
Maybe he bumped it off the rail because he knew he'd be tough.
Yeah, man. Is he a local hero?
The kind of shots you have to play on this table.
It's busy pool room again. Busy tonight. Was really last 2 nights have been
Shout
busy,
out
but
to Steinway.
Steinway Billiards.
They're always supporting the professional
Well,
game
it's amazing the amount of money they put into the game here. Steinway.
more than any other pool hall.
Yeah, for sure. They love their pool, and the locals do. They come out and support the tournaments. So when you're playing in this arena, this TV arena here, it does actually feel like you're playing in a real big tournament.
It does. It's nice.
It feels bigger than what it actually is, if you know what I mean. Not trying to disrespect my own tournament, but This crowd really makes it. Adds that bit of pressure to the players.
Yeah, it's a good arena.
It's like a pit, isn't it? Like playing in the arena, you're like in the pit because everyone's looking down.
It's the way they should be viewed.
And very close to the table, so the spectators get a great view.
10-7.
Yeah.
No emotion from the Kaiser.
No.
Rock solid.
No, you never see much from him, John, do you?
No. A lot of class, that man.
Kick up the ass.
I'm sure she has.
Yeah. All right, so it's a shame though when you're a talented player, you got the game, and you just got to put the work in.
Yeah. Hard work pays off.
This is going to be looking like 10-8, and Mike to break next. There's not much, nothing difficult here.
3 to the 4 should be out.
Maybe the 3-10 combo.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a bit offset, Chris, and it's not easy to get on that side of it, is it?
No, I don't think I'd be playing it. I think I'd be trying to run out, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean,
the one on the side, roll up.
That's like panic mode, playing that shot. That's like no confidence at all. That's something I'd do.
That's something you do on this table. The shortcut.
Let's play the coward's shot.
Josh Filler played a great was it like a two-way combo?
Oh, look at this. Yeah.
Shot a ball onto another ball, and that ball pocketed the 10. Good shot. The whole length of the table as well.
His tiny shoelaces with his foot on the chair.
Tighten up, Mike.
Yeah. Well,
pull your socks up, Mike.
Would you put your feet on the furniture at your own house? That's the question.
Do it all the time, pal.
Yeah. With your shoes on?
Nah, I can't say I'd do that. But it's Mike Dechaine.
Yeah, that's his chair, I guess, isn't it, for this match? I guess he's loaned it.
Not sure if they'd allow that in snooker, would they?
No, I think the last time somebody stood on a chair was
Jason Shaw against Shane Van Bonen in the
You
Moscone
don't stand
Cup.
in the king's chair.
You
don't just do that.
You don't stand in the king's chair.
You don't stand in the king's chair, Jason.
Jason's very good at ignoring you when he wants to.
Tyler was dead serious with that statement. You don't stand in the king's chair. You just don't do that.
You just don't do that. It was quite a funny interview, actually.
It was hilarious because he was so serious. He should have.
Yeah, he was stood on the king's chair.
Tyler Steyer, come a long way. He's got a good stroke.
Yeah. You know who he reminds me of? Styler? Jason Clark. The strokes more or less exactly the same. Same mannerisms, everything.
He's got a really level cue action. Gets through the ball nice. He came to Toronto about 2 years ago, and we let him play the 10-ball ghost, and he won Hill. Ran the last 4 or 5 games.
Yeah.
He sees a girl in London, Ontario, so he spends a lot of time in Canada.
Oh, yeah.
Tyler Steyer.
Yeah, I think.
Kayla Rollison.
Oh.
Got away with murder there.
Got away with murder, but he's left himself a tough shot now.
Yeah, for me, he should have just drawn that back nice and easy and played the 7 in the top corner.
But like John said, it could have been worse. It could be in the drink.
Or a much tougher shot. Now he's got to roll this in.
Yeah, it's a tough shot, though.
Got to hold your nerve here.
And it's added pressure because he knows he should have been on it in the side.
Just watch the head movement. If he jumps up here, he's probably missed it.
You won't miss his head, I know that.
It's not nice.
Oh, look at the jump.
Oh,
Did
my
you see?
God.
Before he
I don't
even
like the way he
there,
shot that. He should have rolled it in.
Yeah, roll it.
His head was up so quickly off
You
that
make
shot.
the shot a lot tougher by hitting it that way.
Without a doubt.
Roll it in.
And to not roll it, that's a sign of not confident of making it.
Yeah. You don't trust your nerves.
8-7, James Aranis.
Well, it's a shame. That would have made it a massive game there to go 10-8.
Yeah, and it was Mike's break
And
next.
he knows it as well. Very disappointed.
He doesn't want to get straight on this 8-ball.
Yeah, very disappointed. But that's the thing, though. You can't take anything for granted. It's not over this rack.
No. This table, even more so, your position's got to be perfect.
Yeah, you've got to try and make it as easy as possible.
Oh, Ralph will do that. Don't worry about that.
Landed nicely on this one. fancy him to get out.
I think he's got a good chance, pal.
You would like to put
Fancy.
your money on this one.
Ralph's not one of them guys what'll let you off, will not unpunish you.
And make sure you pay the price.
Yeah. There's nothing worse when your opponent dogs it like that and then you don't punish it.
Yeah.
That hurts more than
It
you
does.
just making a mistake.
It really does. I've been a victim of that.
Yeah, I think we've all had, pal. It's like a 2-game swing killer. Good speed.
Perfect on the 10. 11-7 it's going to be.
Yeah, it was a big one, wasn't it?
And Aranis has just taken the next rack to go 9-7 in front.
Thank you, Chris.
Nice.
Mike's going to be frustrated about that one.
In one match.
It's madness. I mean, I can change shafts and stuff like that, but to change cues and different
Brutal.
brand of cues with different deflections is incredible.
Brutal that he didn't make a ball on
Yeah,
that
I mean,
break.
that's just burgle.
He
That's
hit
just
them perfect.
That's just that's cruel. That is. No one deserves that punishment.
No easy shot to get on the 2-ball though.
I don't know if he can draw past the side here. Thing is, on a bigger pocket table, you can because you can cheat
yeah.
the pocket a
Yeah, he
little
could
bit.
draw
but not on
inside
this.
the 8-ball maybe.
But I tell you, he's really good at these type of shots. The little
He's got the
D-cell
good
with
stroke.
draw. It's like he does it. He's good, to be fair.
Yeah, he's got the perfect stroke for it. Emily's putting him down.
Emily's on the Guinness.
Yeah, she likes a Guinness,
The
does
hard
Emily, spending too much time in Europe. Guinness, nice.
Going to be in the Guinness Book of World Records. I just started drinking again after 3.5 years.
You're joking?
Yeah,
Why?
just having a couple here and there.
What? Just recently, or
Yeah.
just recently you just started? What a
Look at
great
this
shot.
shot.
This is wow. That's one of the shots of the day. What a shot he's played there.
Great shot.
What a shot that was.
Didn't even think that was possible.
That was
He
really.
drew past the side, past the 8.
No, it
Oh,
drew
before
before.
the side, past
no,
the 8.
just after the side.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah.
Just fraction after
Past
the
the
side,
side.
and coming between the side pocket and the 8.
Yeah.
That was awesome. That was.
Yeah, the margin of error for that shot was very slim.
Lager. Yeah.
Ooh, danger.
Oh,
Yeah, better
nice bump. Perfect bump. I'm good. A little later.
Could be dangerous. Mr. Appleton's on the lager. 3 of them and he's...
Jason's getting on the lager.
Yeah, a couple, can't we? Emily's teasing us to have a beer, so
I'm usually in the tournaments like
she seems to be the only one drinking, so we might as well join her. We need some more headsets, really, don't we?
There's nothing like sweating a pro pool tournament and drinking a few beers, right?
Yeah.
fucking favorite thing in the world.
I'd like to have a few beers and watch a snooker match, a good professional snooker match. That's my dream one day. Watch the World Championships, the World Snooker Championships, and have a couple beer.
Yeah.
That's
So what's
my
the reason?
goal.
Just
It's my
having,
life mission.
What's the reason for having a few drinks lately?
It's the little things.
Just, I don't know.
Nothing
having
crazy?
Fun. No, nothing crazy. Well, my girlfriend's young. She's
Left.
21. So she likes to drink.
Yeah.
Left-handed
She
from
peer
Ralph.
pressured me.
And what about the thing? Yeah, I think I saw you smoking outside last night.
Yeah, that as well. I'm not happy
The
about
hell?
that one.
What you done that for?
I don't know.
She smoke as well?
No.
Why you
No, I'm
start
not blaming
smoking?
everything on her.
What's the reason for the smoking?
Because I had a couple drinks. When I have a couple drinks, I want to smoke.
So you only smoke when
alright.
you have a
I'll
drink?
No, I smoke all the time now.
Oh wow.
It's been about a week.
You enjoying it?
Yeah, I'm loving it. Tastes good.
You and Dazzle get along well.
Yeah.
You need to quit smoking, pal.
Yeah, you're right.
He does about 40 a day, does Darren.
Oh, like 50. Yeah.
My loans for certain substances. I don't waste it on tobacco.
Emily likes the hard stuff.
What about the cigs?
The SIGs.
Anyway, it's looking like 12-7.
Come a long way. I can't imagine like the states that's so amazing. Canada is completely different.
What? We're looking like 12-7 here. Getting close to the end.
Mike's looking pretty frustrated over there. He's not even looking at the table.
Well, I know Ralph was a great price against Jason with a bookie. It was 11-4, Chris.
Yeah, I actually fancied it.
Oh, there was betting on this as well, right? I should have looked into that. I usually do well with that.
Yeah.
James Aranis was a big price as well, 6-4.
I was probably about 30-1.
James, yeah, right. Like James was 25-1 at the beginning of the tournament. Wow.
Been nice if he threw a couple quid on him.
Ooh, look at this.
Oh, no.
Wow.
To seal the deal, to go on the hill.
And really,
major twitch up.
and Mike, he absolutely jumped out of his chair. He didn't walk. He like
his chair was
he
on
like
fire.
leaped out the chair like
The chair was on fire.
Like he was like bungee jumping, skydiving.
Reverse skydiving.
So that was virtually really match ball from Ralph.
Yeah, I didn't like Mike's chances at 12-7.
And that's going to hurt Ralph, that is.
Mentally.
That will really hurt him.
Just gives him that one more life. Ooh, look at this.
Too far.
He's going to
Look
hit
at this.
the nipple. No, he doesn't.
This can be missed on this table.
Well,
You got to bear down.
again, it's all about the head movement.
We
If
don't
you
call it nipple, we call it titty.
If you keep still on the shot, he'll make
The
it.
point. I call it the point.
Will he stay still or not?
Well, he hasn't been doing, but he should make this anyway.
He
See-
jumped up a little.
Yeah, he's-
Got away with it. You'll be all right, pal.
Big break from Ralph. He scratched in the side last time.
Good break, good break,
That's a great break.
good break. Balls are down.
Not made one, has he?
Joking.
Yeah, 6. No, I thought
No.
he made the 6. Yeah.
No, he's made a ball.
He didn't.
Joking.
He doesn't have to get out here.
Ooh, Ralph moving the 10 ball. He's
Bank the 1 off the 7. Big pocket.
Yep. Look at Johnny. Sees a shot straight away.
Don't worry about me, pal.
Very alert.
No, I like to chop this in.
Been playing this game my whole life.
I like to chop this in. Is he
He's
playing
playing
the hook?
safe off the underneath the 3.
Well, the problem with playing safe here, Ralph could hit this and make it.
Well, I'm amazed he's at least not going for the bank, John.
You have to freeze him on the 3 ball here.
But this
or
is
he's-
Well,
what a
bad.
terrible shot that is. Wow.
Yeah, you play with center ball.
Yeah, you don't need any spin. You
You
don't
didn't
need any
need
spin.
any spin whatsoever.
No, he
on
didn't.
that.
That's
I
incredible.
think he
that
played
is.
it with spin because he's trying to slow down the 1.
It's incredible. I can't believe, like you say, he didn't go for the bank.
Well,
It's a 2-way shot.
Mike's got 1 foot in the grave and 1 foot on a banana skin.
If he rolls this in, he's got natural position on the 2.
And 2 feet on the chair.
Has he got 4 legs, has he?
Left eye dominant. Ralph, look at that. Like me.
Missed it.
Thick.
Ooh.
And that's what happens
He
when you
didn't leave
play
it
the
easy.
shot in a negative manner.
He pushed that as well, didn't he? He pushed it.
Mike just went straight down to the shot here. Didn't take his time.
Wow,
Good
great shot.
to hold the cue ball as well.
Wow, what a turnaround this is. Here's a look, the main man.
Up, stayed out.
Ralph, he can see in his chair, he's like raging.
Think so?
Well, he's missed 2 glorious chances in his last 2 racks. Will he get another shot in this rack? Oof, Mike's moving like mad on the shot.
I don't know how he doesn't keep his head down. It's so big. You think it'd weigh him down and keep him down. Like Earl puts the weights on his arms, and when you got a big head, you stay still. You should stay still naturally. Right? I'm just saying.
It's true, really. It's
just saying.
It is hard to believe.
Nothing against him. It's the truth. It's going to hurt his neck jumping up like that.
Clenty's back to 9-9 against James.
It's been 9-9 for about 5 minutes.
Say it was 9-8 last time I looked. I do apologise.
Carlin's kicked in, has it?
Yeah, I've had two subs. Look at this here, 11-9.
He's short. He's all right, but he's short.
Still got to get nice on the 9 ball here. If you leave yourself long, you can miss it. Position, good position is the key on this table.
It's all right. A little bit short, but it's all right.
Yeah, I'd like a bit more meat on the bone, wouldn't he? Like a little bit more. He's all right.
Mike's like the only player I don't see wearing a glove.
You won't see me wearing one, pal.
You won't see me.
Everybody wears a glove.
You did wear one for a while, Darren.
Yeah, like going through one of them phases.
Yeah, you had an extension on the cue, then you didn't, then you did.
I was going through a phase where I completely lost the plot.
Then you used a revo shaft, then you used a normal shaft.
We didn't know what day it was.
Well, that could be...
I didn't know what I was doing.
Lost your head, pal.
Oh, yeah.
The head was gone.
Head was gone.
Making a comeback this year, though.
Yeah.
Like Rocky.
He's had more comebacks than Muhammad Ali as Appleton.
Thank you very much.
Just talking about it's real.
Just taking care of business.
Scientific.
We've got a match on our
11-9, ladies and gentlemen.
Not to toot my own horn or anything, but
Didn't hit them a sweep, but still a good result.
he got unlucky here.
Wow, how unlucky is that?
Look at that. That's torture.
Well, he lost the cue ball slightly, but it was a good break. Every break
Mike's always been a great breaker. It's the best part of his game, I think.
Is there a rule where there should be like he should get ball in hand if you break like that? I mean, that's brutal. That
It's
is.
amazing how in pool you can hit the break perfect and come up dry, and you hit it horrible and make 3 balls and land straight in on the 1.
Well, that's why you always need the look. You always need the roll of the ball.
But he's at the table, isn't he? He's got control. Play a good push out.
Sometimes, though, you're not in control
Yeah,
when you're playing a push out.
On a tight table, you like pushing out, whereas on a big pocket table, you're the underdog pushing out.
For me, you just put the cue ball on the bottom cushion here.
You could even put the 2 on the end rail. I think that's what he's doing.
Yep.
I'm thinking put the 2 up to the
That's fine.
10.
That's perfect.
Well, you said that.
Bank,
Is it?
Bank the 1 down where the cue ball is. Cue ball on the
I
left
like
side.
hitting the 1 ball thin to the right. So
But then you got to miss.
The 1
Oh, you
ball
mean
goes
come behind the 6 too? Yeah.
Yeah, the 1 ball goes to off
It's a
the,
good
off
shot.
the right
You
rail.
got a
to
lot
the-
of balls for coverage.
Yeah, you got a lot of balls.
You go with
can
that
get
perfect, though. I know what.
If you catch it thick, you're dead.
Yep.
Got to catch it nice and thin.
Yeah, it's a lot tougher than what you think. There's an angle there as well.
Could even put it back in.
Yeah, give it back.
Yep, I
That's
like
what I
that
do.
shot me. Put him back in. Let him execute the shot. So even though he's played the push out himself, I don't think he's 100% sure what he wants to do.
Nice shoes, Chris Milling.
Cheers, Johnny boy.
Yeah, you got your little Gary Glitters.
Like to wear the proper attire.
How do you like these?
Won a few quid, have you? Yeah, they're like Emily's.
Jordans. Michael Jordans. Michael Jordan, the greatest athlete of all time.
Well, it's a bit far-fetched, isn't it? About Tiger.
Jordan was incredible.
Team sport.
Tiger's up there. He hit it perfect.
Wow, look at this.
Needs a flick, and he's got one.
Deserves one.
I think he might have left the edge, but he'd still be happy with that.
No, he's snookered.
I'm not quite sure.
If you can see enough of the 1 here, I like banking it down to the end rail, using the 7 ball to hook.
Even if he's got to spin it a little bit.
Inside spin.
Spin it with left
Check
to
it.
kill the cue ball.
Little check inside. Check yourself.
Talking of checks, are we getting paid cash or check this week?
We don't know yet. We haven't decided.
Typical pool tournament.
Nice picture of Chris there. I don't know where that's come from.
Oh, Jesus.
That's that artist, Rocky. He does the best caricatures.
Oh, yeah. Imagine if he did one of Mike Dechaine.
He did one of you.
Did he?
I think pretty sure he did one of Ronnie O'Sullivan. I bought it. Did one of me and everybody.
How many pictures of Ronnie have you got on your wall?
None. One now. You remember that artist? Look at the one he did of Chris. Click on it again. Al. The big heads. The turning stone. They did one of Darren, didn't they?
10-10 now with
Darren?
Clenty Catchy and James Aranis.
So.
It's 10-10.
They did one of Ronnie O'Sullivan. I bought it.
So we've got 2 matches getting really close now. Potential shootouts. You could see it, Tubbs.
Oh, and he's
Ooh,
left it.
don't kiss the 7.
He's left it. And
It's
I'll
not easy.
tell you what, if Mike had have took his chance, this would be 10-10.
Yeah, but would Ralph have missed that ball if he was a bit closer?
Well, there is that.
It's all ifs and buts, isn't it? But this is a big shot now. This is massive in this match. If he makes this, gets position, we're looking at 11-10 game. Tough shot, though.
He should get position. Yeah, it's not that tough.
It is on this table, isn't it?
No.
All right, it's easy.
For you, maybe Chris.
Well, he's played it with left spin, and I don't understand that. He's got lucky as well. I think he should have played that with right spin.
Outside, yeah. He checked it.
Yeah, I'm
Made the
not
shot
a fan
tougher.
of the way he played.
Safeties, everything.
Well, Ralph's going to double this up and down.
I think you can see it, ladies.
I'm not sure he can.
I think he's banking. Yeah, banking it. Nice shot.
That's not a good shot.
Oh, I thought he hit it good.
You can see the edge.
Well, he may be in big trouble here after this one.
Yeah, he called it.
I don't believe you.
Because it's like a two-way shot. The cue ball by the second diamond, he might get safe.
It's not easy on this table.
Looks like he's killing it like that.
Made
Wow.
it. What a great shot.
Wow, what a
Ooh,
great shot.
Slightly lost the cue ball.
He can play the bank
What
again.
an incredible shot.
You missed one of
Now
these
you
earlier.
just play safe behind the 10,
Yeah.
bank the 2.
I agree.
Stick him on the 10.
I agree.
Thanks for coming out.
You're not going to spin your rock.
Don't spin it this time. Only when you need to. You want to be careful you don't make the 2, though, here.
Yeah, that's why I have to be a bit more conservative and bank the 2 underneath the 6.
Underneath the 6?
Yeah, 2 rails and put it.
But then you can't freeze him behind the 10.
Yeah, I know, but at least you're getting a good
Yeah.
snooker and a lot of distance.
Well, the other
Or
option,
you can
option
bank
is knock the 2 at the tail and put the cue ball
on
behind
the
the
end
9.
rail.
No, I don't like that.
I mean, it's not a tough
That's
shot.
that's a big ball there. You're right, Chris.
It's a big ball, but you want to be at this stage. You want to guarantee
He's
it.
sticking him behind the 10.
Now,
Oh, he hit it like that.
That's good also.
commentate. Yeah, that's not the shot for me. 2 rail kicking.
So 2 rails here. Again, it's not a good kick shot.
Terrible kick shot. Terrible,
You didn't
terrible
catch it
kick.
I don't
Thick
want to
enough.
keep repeating myself, but I said quite a few times that if he's got one weakness, for me, it would be his kicking.
Well, every kick he's hit when it's been like that, Daz, he's missed it by roughly 1 ball, 1 width of the ball. So for me, he's aiming in the wrong place all the time because of the slide of the table.
I mean, I'm not saying he's not a good kicker. I just don't think he's a great kicker.
10 ball?
What
this
was,
one, what
what
the
was he
hell is
played there?
He got away with it.
He's got away with it, but he's made it missable now.
Well, he's made it missable because the amount he
Oh,
moves on the shot.
he's just straight in here. Just shoot it straight in.
He's got to be careful though, because he does move a lot
Yeah.
on the shot under pressure. If he stops still on this shot, just watch the head.
I don't like the way he's bridging. It's
You'll
too much
know-
cue overhanging.
Yeah, you'll know with the head movement instantly if this is in. See his
Why
head?
would
Did,
you play it that way, though?
did
He
you see
smashed
the head?
it.
Why don't you, like, kill
He
it?
smashed it, I know.
Why don't you just soft kill
He
it?
tried to stun it off the rail.
Wow, that's
He-
incredible.
the head movement's so much when he's playing the
But
shot.
you're making the shot 3 times harder playing it that way. You're making the pocket a lot smaller also.
I don't think he has the stroke for those kill shots. I haven't seen him play one yet.
You might be right. And maybe
He
that's his
likes-
Achilles heel under pressure.
He likes hitting them hard, punching them in.
You're right. That's maybe his Achilles heel. that may be his weakness. Everyone's got a weakness, John.
Yep.
You've got to expose it. But this table will do. That's what I like about this table. It will expose it. Because on the outside tables, that will go in.
Yeah.
James Ranas has taken an 11-10 lead over the number one.
I saw Kachi checking James's rack every time.
Yeah, I mean, that's a joke.
Yeah. Complaining about his rack.
You can't be knocking a guy for great breaks.
I mean, in 10 ball,
I mean, to that,
you can't really give yourself an advantage.
To me,
with the
doing
rack.
that is a sign of desperation.
Well, you said that, but he's entitled to check the rack.
Yeah, but he's just respecting it, really. If the kid breaks like a monster, accept it and get on with it. Just worry about your own breaks.
That's a bad shot from Ralf. That's a real bad shot. You should have hooked him
Well,
there.
to be fair, Mike was very fortunate.
I
he
like
missed.
banking the cue ball between the 7 and the 10 coming down the end rail. You know? Leave distance. On this table, you want to leave distance.
He was very
It's like you're
fortunate.
playing snooker. Leave as much distance as possible.
Yeah, I like that shot. No.
So as much as he's made mistakes in this match,
Is it in this
Mike,
thin?
he's still in it.
Well, if you don't catch this as thin as possible,
What's he doing?
and there's a chance that he might miss it
Trying
completely,
to come behind the 8-10.
he could leave this, or he could miss it completely.
He hit it good.
Wow, you can't fault that. That's a great shot. Don't leave the gap, though. Is
Well,
there a gap?
No,
jump.
there's no gap there.
He can jump this
He
in.
can jump it.
Well, there's a good jump shot player. Oh, if it's going to kick it, this is I think it's the right way because he wants to try and make it.
I
This
think
is
he's going to miss
this
it.
is his best chance of
I think
making
he's
it.
going to miss this by a mile if he rolls it.
Wow, that was pretty
He got
close.
close and he's
It was
got
a good
lucky.
attempt.
He's got very lucky.
He's got very
It
lucky.
was a good attempt.
It was a good attempt, but he got very lucky.
Wow, what a roll that is. Fair play to him though, he hit it.
Look, Mike is only himself to blame. He had the opportunity. He had his opportunity.
He's jumping it.
He's going to jump bank this into the corner, or try to do it,
Gotta be careful you don't jump off the table here.
or scratch in the side pocket.
Thank you very much.
There's no easy kick shot, to be fair, unless he can hit it below and draw the cue ball below the centre pocket. Send the one back up the send the cue ball back up the table.
Not too sure what's going on over there. They're still playing.
Yeah,
11
it's
to 10. I can't
11-10.
see.
Catches at the table. Looks like he's got a run out.
Here we go.
This is going off the table.
Has
for
he
me.
called anything?
Wow.
Has he called it?
He hit that
He's a
good.
big roll there. He's had it.
He got it.
Got it.
He
Might be
can't-
in big trouble though. Has he?
Ralph got some
Yep.
6 on
A six.
No.
Oh, big roll there also. So Mike can't complain about rolls in this rack, whatever happens.
Well, this is like a 99% chance he's going to hook him back here.
There's a lot of balls for coverage. Just has to catch it in the face. That's all. Like he did.
Left an easy jump here though, and he can get him safe.
Yeah, I
Kick.
think
Kick safe as well.
it wasn't the greatest kick to be honest. So you won't get an easier kick shot on that.
Kick it, call it in the side just in case. Try and bring the cue ball down where he pointed his shaft.
Yeah, I like to jump this and hit the left-hand side of the 6 ball, or even the right-hand side of the 6 ball. Don't want to catch it full if he does play the jump, but what he does need to be careful here is kicking the 6 ball. Is that
Scratch.
he doesn't scratch into the corner where he's shooting from.
He has to catch it thick.
And there's a good chance he could scratch.
He got lucky
Good
not to
shot.
scratch.
Good shot. Well, he had to take a risk and he took it, and it's paid off. You got to give credit.
I think he's odds on he's going to scratch here, unless he hits it full in the face.
Yeah, he won't hit it. He'll hit it.
Wow,
Told you.
You're right.
Told you a scratch, but nobody wants to listen to me anymore.
Well, I did say it was odds on to scratch.
Chris just said it. Don't be stepping on the wires, Daz.
Jesus. Fucking wires everywhere.
You're cut off, pal.
Excuse the language.
One beer and Darren's knocking down
Yeah,
expensive
right.
equipment.
Half a beer so far.
And it's Bud Light.
Yeah, well, who's that?
It's a lightweight.
I think he's watered down.
It wants to be for you.
Yeah, it's a fair comment. A fair point. So now 11-10. It's incredible that this match is still going.
Well, there's been a bit of a...
Well, Ralf will be absolutely sick if he loses this match.
Well, for me, somebody of Ralph's experience, that is really bad thought process,
Well,
really.
I mean, what, to go 10-5, 10-6?
I like jumping that
played-
ball all day.
He played a great match up
Well,
to
the
that
jump
point.
shot you can't scratch, really.
Yeah.
You take the scratch out of it,
Yeah.
where the kick
You
shot
can't
there,
go
if he-
wrong by banking.
If he plays that
jump
kick
banking
shot
it.
10 times, I think he's scratching 6.
You can't go wrong with the jump. You wanted to get over just a little more.
Could have a couple of shootouts coming up.
Be amazing, that would it? 2
I want to
shootouts.
see a shootout on this table.
You'll see a right dogfest.
I think both matches should come in the arena for the shootout.
Has it ever happened in a shootout where both players miss every shot?
Oh! Whoa!
No.
How
Left
has he
it
missed
tough.
that
I
10
told you
ball?
he came a little short for position.
Yeah, but that's unmissable, John. I don't care what anybody says.
I
to
know,
me.
but he wanted to get straight in. You know.
That is unmissable.
Well, that was unbelievable. One time Zion played Nick the Greek, Nick Ekonopoulos, what his name is?
Economopoulos.
Yeah, against
Who?
Zion. And the score was 1-0 to Zion after 5 shots each.
Wow.
Wow, what a twitch that was.
That's unbelievable.
And
That's
again,
pretty amazing.
it all
this
comes
is.
down to the body movement. If you're down on the shot, when you're delivering that cue, and any part of your body moves apart from your arm, that forces the cue to move as well. As soon as you jump up or your head moves, your legs, that means your arm's going to move. And that's what causes you to miss. Just watch Ralf said, he doesn't move whatsoever on the shot.
Yep. Great shot. Stayed still.
Wow, Mike's had enough chances in this game. That is
That's sick, that is.
that is one of the misses.
His own money. But he said he beat Jay-Z 3 games of 8-ball for $30,000.
Sure.
What a break that is from Ralf.
And Jay-Z never played pool again. He said.
Wow. I tell you what, that's so unlucky. That was a perfect break from Ralf there.
You might not even know who Jay-Z is, huh, pal?
I've heard a name.
Yeah.
I guess he's like a
You
rapper
know
or
it.
something.
Yeah,
You
he's a
don't know who
rapper.
Jay-Z is?
Jay-Z's married to Beyonce.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Wow, I mean, okay, yeah. Got so much money, just burn it, don't they?
Between the two of them, they're worth over $1 billion.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, they're not twitching them 10 balls inside pockets, are they?
They haven't twitched in 30 years.
I don't think I'd be twitching either with a bill in the bank.
I would be twitching as well if she was sleeping inside of me. Be a different type of twitch.
Carry on, pal.
Well, James Aranis is at the table, and he looks like he's going to go 12-11 in front, but we can't really see what he's on. I think he's got the 9 and the 10 left, or the 8, 9, 10. What's Ralf going to do here? For a coffee?
Oh, let's see, I think is there a gap between the 1 and 9 so he could actually cut
Well, I think if he could play the
the
combination.
1 into the 9, but I don't think so.
I think if he could play the combination, he'd played it by now. But
Yeah, probably.
maybe he's kicking it and trying to kill the cue ball behind the 9.
What about drawing behind the 4, sorry.
That's what he's doing.
There you go. I'll do that, it's even better.
Great shot. Very unlucky that the 1 ball's gone where it's gone. But you do know, if Mike misses this, Ralf will be going for the 3 fouls.
I think this match was over, pal, on that missed 10 ball.
Hard to recover from a miss like that.
Yeah.
Beating yourself up.
Yeah,
after
Ralf
that
was
one.
under severe pressure, and now he's like full of confidence again.
Severe.
From no play of his own.
Going for the 3 fouls here.
Well, I'll tell you the shot.
Can he get the cue ball underneath the 1 and stick him behind the 3?
Well, I think
Yes.
he should play the 1 off the side rail He's put the cue ball in his pocket again.
Yeah, he needs to stop. That's not. Mike's not happy about it either. He's going nuts.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I think.
About putting the cue ball in his pocket?
He needs to warn it because it's 3 times now he's done that. It needs to be
What's
stopped.
wrong with that?
Because players are known for having polish in their
Yeah.
pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah, what they do is
I don't think Ralph's one of them.
What they do is they pull the pocket out and spray it, and then push the pocket back, push the material back in. He's going to try and leave this 1 ball next to the 10, you know.
So did Mike say something to him about that just now?
Earlier in the match.
That's not
Really?
good.
Did it, and he's not allowed.
Yeah, well, I know 1 or 2 players that have been done. He's called the 10 in the corner here. He's going to smash this. You can just see it.
It was a good hit. Call the wrong ball though. Well, you would never have obviously even thought of calling that ball. So.
Yeah, what happens, John, is that the stuff that they've got in the pocket, which is on the material, once they rub the ball in the pocket, then it gets onto the cloth, it gets onto the cushions, it gets onto the opposite balls, and it just pings the cushions up.
Yeah, but also it makes the cue ball more slippery, and the pockets become a little bit easier to slides a bit more. Well, it's like silicone, isn't it? It's like you put silicone. I don't know. It's horrendous. Let's have a Chris Milling special. I thought Christmas was over.
Jesus.
Unbelievable. A late delivery from the Reindeers.
Should never be allowed to commentate after that one. That's foul play right there.
Look at this here. Got a good shot. Unbelievable, that is.
Need a drink after that one, huh, pal?
Yeah, you're at 10. You feel like you're drunk after that one.
Get a whiff of that. Got Manny the manager.
Aye.
Manny Stamakis.
Manalo.
Manny's fighting tonight.
Yeah. He's got the clippers out.
Yeah, I've heard the UFC's on in Brooklyn as well tonight.
Wow.
One of my friends has just messaged me.
Should have caught some tickets.
His friend's actually fighting tonight.
No sign of Jason Clack today then.
In a coma.
He'll be at the bar somewhere.
He'll be rolling out of bed right about now.
Madness. Young Jesus just passed by. First time in a pro tournament. Good young player.
What's his name? Jesus. Young Jesus.
Yeah, that's funny.
Jesus.
Yeah, his actual name is spelled Jesus, but it's
I
pronounced
asked him,
Jesus.
In Spanish, you
I asked
say
him,
Jesus.
I said, how shall I pronounce your name? Because Jesus was all right.
Well, it was funny the other day because I actually played him.
Yeah.
One of the guys said to me, "Who are you playing?" And I said, "Jesus." And he went, "Who?" And I went, "Jesus." And he said, "Oh, you're going to struggle
luck
in
to
that
you.
match."
Good luck with that one.
Oh,
Nice shot.
that's a really good shot. That is.
To hold the one.
Yeah, very good shot from Mike. Might be in trouble after this one though. Yeah, he's a good little player.
James has held serve again to go 12-11. Another break and run.
It's good. Oh, and he's at the table as well. This is a big rack because if it goes to a shootout, I fancy catch it.
Got a tough shot here though. Missed it, Chris.
Oh, he's missed it. Dogged it.
They won't say dogged it. It was a tough shot.
Whenever you're elevated like that, the shot's not easy.
But he might have got lucky.
Young Jesus.
Good little player he is, you know.
He's making a name for himself. Jesus. Vasquez, is that his last name? Oh.
Where's he from?
Venezuela.
He actually lives there, or he lives in America?
No, he's been living in the U.S. lately, spending a lot of time here.
Yeah, he's a good little player. Very good player.
he jumps the ball almost better than anybody I've seen.
He looks very clean as well.
He can jump the balls when they're about an inch away from each other. Yeah.
Well, I've just been informed that the guy who's fighting tonight, Darren, that you'll probably know him.
Look at this.
He used to play in the NFL for the Panthers. Call him Greg Hardy.
Greg Hardy.
Yeah, he's fighting tonight apparently in
How
Brooklyn.
would I know him?
Because he used to play for the Panthers in the NFL.
What's that got to do with me?
I thought you followed the NFL.
I do, but I
He
don't
doesn't
follow-
know the players.
I don't know
really.
the players, do I?
I couldn't tell
I
you.
know
the
one
players.
player.
So you're
Personally.
Brady.
He's a trophy hunter then, eh?
Who's the player you know?
Mike Lush used to play in the NFL.
What, for Philly?
No, he's like a friend of mine.
Why would you play that shot
From
so
where?
hard like that?
From Philly, Allentown.
How do you know him? From pool?
Yeah, but he
Plays
plays a bit of pool.
When did he play in the NFL?
Oh, probably 80s.
Tony Hargan played in the NFL for
80s.
Hustling.
Is it? Yeah, I know
Yeah.
you do.
Yeah, he
But,
did,
yeah.
He did.
Kansas City,
He
right?
played with Jerry Rice, one of the best quarterbacks.
Kansas City,
San
right.
Francisco,
Yeah, Mike Lush,
49ers.
Mike Lush had spells at Baltimore and Kansas City.
And then Tony Hargan said he made the. I think
he played for Kansas.
And for the 49ers as well.
Yeah.
And he said that he made all 3 tryouts for the Denver Broncos and didn't get drafted because of politics. Didn't get on the team, and then they won the Super Bowl that year.
Mad, isn't it?
Wow.
What a bad roll that is.
I'm a little bit surprised that Ralph didn't play that one a bit harder and make the ball in the corner.
Set the script on the over table. Who's at table? Catchy.
12-11 catches at the table.
He's still playing the same shot since the kid missed.
He doesn't like to rush, don't catch you. Great player, no doubt about that.
Oh, when the heat's on, he slows down big time.
Well, Mike might scratch it if he draws this. Well, I think this is going to be close to scratching.
Well, if he draws it, it's okay.
He's called the corner.
I mean, if he draws it,
He's going to try and draw it back behind the 3. That's what he's trying.
Yeah, but he's
But he
got.
might scratch in the corner.
He'd have to massively miss it to scratch.
Well,
He jumped up again.
Is it the wrong
he's
side?
completely at the wrong side of the ball.
That's what happens when you jump up.
So you got to say here, one good shot from Ralph from the 2 to 3, and this game is over.
Yep.
Catch is still on the same shot, I believe.
To be fair to him, it is a big shot in the match.
I don't
It's,
dispute it. I'm just saying.
12-11.
The kids coming to the table. And it seemed like
Kachi just missed.
Well,
No.
I think he had to swerve it.
He had to swerve it, but he's left around this relatively easy safety shot.
Right, yeah, you can see the one ball. The one ball's on the side rail here.
He's going to flick off it and hook him behind the 5 by the look of it.
Well, Ralphie, this is his chance. Match balls, number 1.
Time to put him away. Can he finish?
Ooh, not sure about that. I'd have liked to come further out.
Yeah.
So now he's got to force this ball.
Yeah.
No, I don't think it's too bad. I think he can get back right there and play the combination.
It's hard to get combination position. You gotta hit it sweet.
Well, this is missable. If he doesn't hit, it's perfect.
He'll be all right.
He hit it good.
He's hit it good, but he's a
Play
little
the
bit
carom.
short.
Might have to play the carom.
No.
Karam, where's your position?
Yeah, that's the problem. You've got to play for the 2 in the side, the 3 in the side. If you play that shot,
You gotta hit it lightly as well.
I like playing the cup. Touch the left-hand spin. You could even draw it and hold the cue ball.
I don't think so. I like going up and down.
Yeah, you can go up and down, yeah. Just to make the shot a bit easier.
You can miss this combo. You gotta hit it good.
Yeah.
6 isn't over the hole exactly.
Next matchup, John, we've got Chris Mellin against Fortuninski. What's your prediction?
Fortunsky will be fortunate to get past 7.
I'll give you that 50 later, John. Missed it.
Yeah, I said he could miss it. But he didn't leave it.
Yeah,
Oh, he left
can-
the carom on the
he can
6.
he can double kiss it. He can double kiss it in.
Double kisses in.
The problem you've got with double kissing it, he needs to draw it with bottom left-hand spin.
So that the 3-ball force follows.
And you've got to get the cue ball back away. He can definitely make it.
Oh, he's carom. He's calling the carom.
Oof, I'm not sure about this one. I don't agree with this.
Dennis Graves on the beer over there.
Oh, Greybo.
Yeah, you just got to spin it in.
Oh, Greybo's on the
Wow,
lager.
this isn't easy to carom this ball.
I don't think it's the right shot.
This is wrong.
It was never the right shot. Never in a million years. He's got to play the double kiss.
That shot looked impossible.
Well, I thought that as well.
I think he could have double kissed it in by just playing with a tracer left, hit it full, and just.
It didn't look
just
like
what you do. It's like
you drag it, and then the
it's
ball,
drag shot,
and then the ball double kisses the cue ball back out as well.
Drag shot.
Because basically all 3 balls double kiss together.
But maybe it wasn't on. Maybe.
But then again, from
table.
here, like the pockets are deep. You don't really know. It could have been tougher, right?
But whatever, Ralph was very fortunate. To miss that combination and not leave an hanger is unbelievable.
The 6 was any closer in the pocket, then you're always going to shoot the combo.
Well, I'll tell you what I like here, John. I like playing the 3 onto the 6.
Yeah, definitely.
And just leave a nice angle to come down the table for the 7.
Yeah, he's just working out what he wants to do to get position on this.
Ralph's looking at potting the 3 and leaving the 6 over pocket and playing 2 rails.
I might like shooting the 3 somewhere else and
I mean,
playing. You have easy natural position from the 6 to the 7.
He might as well pot the 3, and then because there's 6 balls next to it anyway.
It'll be tough to get position from the 3 to the 7 wherever.
Yeah.
I like drawing the cue ball to the side rail though. He's going forward.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I like drawing it definitely.
Yeah.
I think you've more control over the shot.
Yeah.
He wants to leave the cue ball as close to the cushion as possible, really.
Yeah, these last 2 racks have been unbelievable, really.
I think he's going to play to come like this on the 6.
Catchy's back in the
zigzag.
table.
He's playing the Z shot, the Z shot. No, he's drawing it.
But the only problem with the Z shot is if you get too much into it and cannon the 9 ball.
There, he's fine here.
He's got to put a bit of a stroke on this one.
Might even like playing this rail first. Nah, maybe.
It can go wrong. It can definitely go wrong. But you would definitely think they get position, but like I say, it can go wrong. Doesn't want to cannon the 9, that's for sure.
Perfect.
Oh, that is perfect. That is absolutely
You don't want to get close to the rail like that, though. Maybe it's not perfect.
Good news, bad news.
He's all right.
I'm not
make
sure
it bump
he
the
is.
10 and take the cup.
Can he do that, or is he going to have to bank the 8?
He might be too straight on the 7.
Can he bank the 8?
No, he's got a little angle, Jim. Just a tidgy one.
Just a tiddly one?
Sly one, just enough.
That's not an easy cut on the 8, though.
No, I think he banked the 8, me.
He's got to take the cup. I think the bank shot's going to be on.
What do you do for your money, Chris? The bank?
Jack up and punch it in. Punch it past the 10. So the cue ball basically runs into the 10 half ball.
Yeah.
It comes off the cushion.
On bigger pockets, you like shooting that shot.
I'll definitely play that.
He might be going forward into the 10 off the side rail.
Yeah,
force it.
Well, I don't agree with that.
I think he could have force followed there, John.
Yeah, you force follow
with
it
the
through
10.
the 10 off the side rail with right hand spin.
He can bank this, though.
That's
Look,
right.
this banks, and it cuts.
This isn't easy.
I like the bank because it's game ball. If you cut the ball, you're not guaranteed shape on the 9.
Well, you're guaranteed a shot on the 9.
Yeah, long one, though.
This isn't easy either way you go.
Whatever happens.
Banks are tough on these tables.
Whatever happens, he's got a shot to win the match.
He's playing the cut.
And Aranis is at the table on the other one.
He's playing the cut, ladies.
I like the cut.
This could go wrong. Made it.
There's that well.
Couldn't have come out any better. This will be his last worrying shot.
Well, he's 2 shots away from a place in the semi-final. And Aranis is at the table. So we could have joined him more or less at the same time. The next 2 matches up. Two semi-finals will follow these matches. And it looks like James is going to win, Chris. He's on the 5 ball.
As Mike sharked him there.
Maybe.
Ralph was down on the shot.
He might have, yeah. What was that?
Ralf was down on the shot, and he stood up and looked at Mike, and Mike made a little smirk at him.
Turn this way. Turn that way. Turn that way. I don't want a present.
Side door, but it's there.
Perfect. Wow. Conceded.
Oh, Mike's saying something to him. Mike was saying something to Ralf there, but it is what it is. Ralf
Thank
has
you, ladies and gentlemen.
Ralf was the winner, 13-9. Struggled to get off the line in the end, but he got there. So we'll be back for the next match more or less straight away. So tune in.